Hello, everyone. Welcome to Ash Talks Football. Welcome to another live stream. And we're going to have a fantastic discussion today with Indie Cop Nitika, with UD from Goloi, and Piyush from Wise and Otherwise. क्योंकि title race has absolutely heated up right now, right? क्योंकि now it's a very crucial juncture for every team right now that they have to be on their toes, not only in the way they perform in the Premier League, and by the way, very few gap milne wale hai. Like every 3-4 days there's a fixture coming up right now for every team. They have to be on top of that, plus January transfer window is absolutely near the corner. So बहुत ही crucial weeks are coming ahead that could shape the title race as you see it today, right? And this is going to be the topic of discussion today with Man City fans, with two Liverpool fans as well, and me. United obviously is not in the title race, but obviously I cover all the other teams as well. तो Arsenal पे बात होगी, Chelsea पे बात होगी, Aston Villa पे बात होगी, and as you can see on the title, are Liverpool still one of the outsiders in this whole situation, right? We'll talk about Man City in depth as well. Piyush se baat karenge, right? 25 people जुड़ चुके हैं already. Please, before we dive into the discussion, please आप like कर दीजिए stream right now, and we can absolutely go ahead. And obviously यहाँ Piyush join कर चुके हैं. I'm gonna add him right away. भाई Piyush, how are you?
Well,
कैसे हो मेरे भाई? Good to have you, bhai. Good to have you on the stream.
thank you so much, Ash bhai. Thank you so much for such a warm welcome, and it is always a pleasure coming to you and speaking to you about football. And thank you so much for the invite,
Absolutely.
bhai.
Absolutely. And you are the best person in my opinion to talk Man City in depth as well. Like for a sane discussion, because I want to do a deep dive into the title race as well. थोड़े से कुछ कड़े सवाल भी होंगे, and उसपे I would like to get your response as well. थोड़ा सा pattern हम notice करेंगे कि how City does as well. And as you can see in the thumbnail का title भी हमारे पास ये है कि are Liverpool still the outsiders? Remotely एक chance भी है. And is Aston Villa still, having remote chances because they have done it time and time again, been there, and then एक slump आता है, and then have they finally got
Correct.
away from that slump? So उस पे बहुत डिटेल में बात करेंगे, and Arsenal and City both हम लोग बात करेंगे कहाँ उन where they are great, where they are not great. तो मैं थोड़ा सा first I'll say some hi to a lot of people. Plus, guys, please like the stream if you have not before we dive into the discussion, and please subscribe to Piyush's channel. 30 people already जुड़ चुके हैं within 4 minutes. Let's do this. I'm expecting more people as well. Nakul is here. Thank you so much. One of the members. Appreciate you join. Mystique mod is here. Let's go, bhai. आओ पाजी भाई जी आ गए भाई आ गए हम बिल्कुल आएंगे भाई लेट्स डू दिस फ्रेश इज हियर थैंक यू सो मच शिन्नी गमी इज हियर लेट्स गो भाई थैंक यू सो मच hope Marka is also back streaming, so definitely you are also fantastic, doing some fantastic job there as a mod as well, or top job to you as well. Top 3 आएगी क्या Man United? you know Top 3 conversation तभी Man United पे आएगी when they capitalize on the opportunities when they get them. We don't. अगर हम एवर्टन वेस्ट हैम की वो सब गेम्स पे वी हैव कैपिटलाइज्ड, वी वुड हैव बीन देयर इन द कन्वर्सेशन एटलीस्ट इन द टॉप 4. बट द रियलिटी इज दिस इज मैन यूनाइटेड वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट. इनकंसिस्टेंट एज फक भाई, इट इज व्हाट इट इज भाई. तो यही होने वाला आपके साथ व्हेन यू सी मैन यूनाइटेड, एंड दिस इज द रोलर कोस्टर राइड यू आर गोना हैव एज अ मैन यूनाइटेड फैन. ठीक है, प्रेडिक्शन फॉर यूनाइटेड एट द एंड ऑफ द सीजन. आदित्य, गुड क्वेश्चन. मेरा प्रेडिक्शन हमेशा से ये रहा है कि यूरोपियन प्लेसेस हम ले आएंगे. नाउ वेदर इट्स कॉन्फ्रेंस, whether it's Europa League or whether it's Champions League, only time will tell. My minimum expectation right now is a top 6. That has to be there right now. And January ये चीज बहुत January ये बहुत डिसाइड करने वाला है. हम लोग उस पर बात करेंगे डिटेल पे, because not only we gonna discuss today Piyush on the stream की teams कैसे खेल रही हैं, how the title race is gonna shape up. January transfer window is right here in front in like few weeks, in the next week.
Yep.
And बहुत crucial होने वाला है for teams to step up right now, because the fixture congestion is gonna get even bigger with FA Cup coming in as well. तो उस पर डेफिनेटली बात करेंगे. मैं थोड़ा चैट ले लेता हूँ. पीयूष भाई को हेलो बोल रहे हैं सब. यस, प्लीज सब्सक्राइब टू
Hello,
पीयूष
Nakul
एज
bhai.
वेल.
Hello.
अभय इज हियर. हेलो बॉयज, लेट्स गो भाई. 40 पीपल जुड़ चुके हैं. आई एम एक्सपेक्टिंग मोर टू जॉइन. प्लीज लाइक द स्ट्रीम. लेट्स डू दिस भाई. लिवरपूल इज नॉट इन द रेस ऑनेस्टली, एश भाई. In the current context, you may say that, yes, but I have seen 10-point lead being bottled before as well. 8 points, 10 points. In Premier League, I always say, if you have a run of 5 to 6 games, look at where Aston Villa was languishing. They had a very poor start, and now they're in top 3, hardly 3 points away from the top, right? So वक्त बदलने में देर नहीं लगती। यस, यहाँ पे कृषानु, आई थिंक यू आर एबल टू पिन द थिंग बिकॉज नाउ यू आर मैनेजिंग मॉड, बट अगर नहीं हो रहा है तो आई डू इट फॉर यू, इफ यू प्लीज लेट मी नो। यू, यस, युद्धवीर जॉइन कर चुके हैं, थैंक यू सो मच फॉर जॉइनिंग, गुड टू सी यू आफ्टर लॉन्ग। हेलो पीयूष भाई, हेलो ऐश भाई, रितिन, माय मैन, माय लवली गाय भाई, लवली गाय। जल्दी क्रिकेट के चैनल खोलने वाला है, तो ऑब्वियसली तो स्टे ट्यून्ड। कौन सा टॉप थ्री इम्पॉसिबल, टॉप एट इज रियलिटी भाई। ये आई थिंक यू वेंट थ्रू पर्सनल थोड़ा सा, बट नो, आई मीन इट्स अ राइट क्वेश्चन बिकॉज यू नो वी हैड द अपॉर्चुनिटी टू बी देयर, यू नो कैपिटलाइज करेंगे तो हो सकता है भाई, है ना। इज सेमेन्यो होम ग्रोन? दैट्स अ गुड क्वेश्चन भाई। इज सेमेन्यो होम ग्रोन? आई डोंट थिंक सो, राइट?
I I don't know, bhai. I don't even remember from where he came. I don't remember the transfer. For the
Yeah,
longest time, I've only seen him in Bournemouth. Of course, he was
right,
not originally in the Bournemouth squad that came up.
right,
So I don't know if he was a part of that homegrown thing or not.
right, right,
But
right,
that is a
right,
good
right.
question. We
वेरी
something
गुड
to
क्वेश्चन
look
एक्चुअली,
forward
मैं
to.
स्टार करूंगा भाई उसको, स्टार, आई स्टार दिस
Yeah.
भाई आकाश। गुड गुड क्वेश्चन भाई, ऐसी भाई चैट बहुत बढ़िया रहती है ऑन
Ash
ऑन द
bhai's
चैनल।
chat is bhai, and Discord is so good, so good. I envy all those people who are part of that Discord. So am I, but I am not part of those discussion. But it's beautiful, beautiful Discord, Ash bhai. One of the
भाई भाई
best
एब्सोल्युटली।
that I've ever seen.
नहीं नहीं, all down to Krishanu and some of the mods who do a fantastic job, and also some of the subscribers who have joined my Discord server. Please, guys, Discord server is pinned in the chat. आप please join करिए because you just gonna love what you're gonna see. यहाँ पे super chat भी I'll take him, but I'll take the first chats first. चलो, अरे चौधरी, अरे चौधरी है अबे, ये पता, I don't know what happened with this YouTube update ना, नाम से नहीं आता, ये @ से आने लगा। I'm just like hating this right now. You know, as to identify the subscribers a lot more. 52 people have joined. Like the stream, guys. Like. अभी तक सिर्फ 22 likes हुए। Come on, guys. You have to like the stream before we dive into the discussion. What about Ugarte's future? Ugarte का future will all depend, guys. Will all depend whether he capitalizes his opportunity in this month with Bruno out. If he does that, he's gonna stay because let's not forget he's an international proven player. आप, मैं हमेशा ही पीयूष एक चीज बोलता हूँ, एक प्लेयर को आप जज कर तभी कर पाओगे व्हेन यू गेट रन ऑफ गेम्स। 5-6 रन ऑफ
Correct.
गेम्स दो, अगर वो नहीं बैठ रहा है ना, यू क्लियर कि नहीं चलेगा। जैसे जर्जियो कुछ गेम्स मिले, ही इज क्लियर एंड इज ऑन, एंड मोस्टली इज ऑन हिज वे आउट टू रोमा राइट नाउ। बहुत ही कॉन्क्रीट डिस्कशंस चल रहे हैं टू फर्निश द सेमेनियो डील। आई डोंट नो व्हाट्स गोइंग ऑन, बट बात करेंगे उस पे। हेलो बॉयज, डिफेक्टिव एफसीज यार भाई, बढ़िया टॉप चैनल भाई, प्लीज आप उनको भी सब्सक्राइब करिए चैट। बट मैन सिटी इन पिक्चर कंप्लीटली चेंज द पिक्चर। मैन सिटी वर नेवर गॉन बाय द वे। आई हैव सी जो मैन सिटी को यू नो दे अंडर एस्टिमेट, they're one of the biggest fools by man. I, with all due respect, Man City is always there. Man City can always turn around. Man City tactically can always switch it up. बात करेंगे उस पे, थोड़ा सा चैट ले लेते हैं। राहुल, दे हैव द एक्सपीरियंस, करेक्ट। दिस इज नॉट द टीम ऐश भाई दैट कैन चैलेंज द टीम अबव देम इन ऐश भाई वे। ओके, फेयर भाई। किएजा नहीं आएगी, नहीं आएगी तब तक नहीं होगा। You know, and this is हम लोग नितिका से पूछेंगे when he joins and when she joins, and obviously UD when he joins as well। ये सब बात करेंगे। Pramodin is here, good to see you guys भाई। Emery will change the system for Semenyo। I don't think so he's going to change the system for Semenyo। Semenyo अगर लोग बोल रहे हैं कि लेफ्ट विंग बैक के लिए खरीदने जा रहे हैं, I don't think so man, it's going to be a big gamble भाई। ओ कृषानु बोल रही है Semenyo homegrown है। Oh, that's interesting भाई।
Great then.
That's great, bhai. Thanks, chat, for this information, bhai. Lovely, bhai. We learn from the chat a lot. Semenyo to Ghana ka hai na, वही. And that's what I'm wondering. How is he homegrown? I'm gonna do some research on this. I think Piyush is a great topic for us to check
Yeah.
actually. How does
100%.
homegrown thing work, है ना?
Yeah.
Harsha is here, bhai. Good to see you. Guys, join the membership. I'm planning some fantastic things for the membership as well. We have already 30 members joining. Please, our membership join karo. FPL ka rank hi bata do. See, I'll definitely do that, but not in this stream. बट यू नो आई कैन डेफिनेटली फ्लॉन्ट थोड़ा कि मैं कहाँ नीचे था, नाउ आई एम इन द टॉप भाई। अब मैं आ गया हूँ वापस एफपीएल में, ठीक है। एंड थैंक्स टू भाई हालैंड एंड फोर्डन, एंड थैंक्स टू मैन सिटी, ठीक है। राइट टाइम I bought them and this is happening भाई। Who is the best left back of England? Manveer, I think he's a City fan. Best left back of
Manveer, it has to
England,
be. I mean, on present form, it has to be Nico O'Reilly.
Nico
It
O'Reilly right
matlab,
now,
I don't see it. I would have said Lewis Kelly a season before, but this season
right?
Lewis Kelly is not playing. Almost similar profile. I think the only advantage that Lewis Kelly has, he is I think he's better on the ball, but
Hmm.
when it comes to physicality and when it comes to pure defending, I think Nico O'Reilly just edges him.
Edges na?
और जो form में वो है, I think for me he is the best in terms of
Right.
England right now.
Yeah, in terms of England. And if you want to talk about Premier League itself, best left back में I'll definitely count यार मैं इसको count करूंगा यार Ian Maatson is having a fantastic season as
Kukurea,
well.
Ashbay Kukurea
Cucurella
is
is
also having a blast. Yeah.
absolutely. Cucurella has been brilliant, by right. Liverpool is an injury crisis as well. The manager situation is not clear. Absolutely correct. उस पे डिटेल में बात करेंगे. उसमें डिटेल में बात करेंगे on that exact topic. I think Semenyo will be considered as homegrown. Okay, fair. We should get a powerhouse center midfielder. Yes, Gaurav, absolutely from a United POV, एकदम bang on भाई. ये इशू हमारे पास 3-4 साल से है भाई. एंड इस चीज
Correct.
को हमको सॉल्व करना ही पड़ेगा. SMNU is a fantastic prospect in front of us, लेकिन भाई
I think Ashbay, that is the litmus test of Ineos and Amorim and anybody who's involved in that transfer dealing. If they're not serious of signing a midfielder right now, I don't know what they're doing. I mean, what is the
absolutely,
project then? Because you need bodies and you need qualities as well. Matlab, of course, if you can get a Semenyo, there's no harm in that. But
exactly.
priority should be a central midfielder for me as well in United.
Absolutely. Yes, मैं फटाफट यहाँ पे नितिका को ऐड करूंगा. She is here on the stage as well. um, Good to see you, Nitika,
Hello.
again. Welcome back on Ash Talks Football. कैसे हो
Hello,
आप?
Nitika Di.
How's the feeling?
Hi. I'm good. I'm so sorry I'm late. I was having my
No
dinner
worries.
and वो खत्म करके I just came here.
No
Baki, how are
worries,
you
no
guys?
worries. All good. Just excited about the Premier League and how things are going on as well, because क्योंकि बहुत ही ज्यादा क्लोज चल रहा है यहाँ पे. सुपर चैट भी आ चुका है from Defective FC. Thank you so much for the super chat, भाई. Bro, you don't have to do this. You भाई, very glad for the support भाई. Defective FC, fantastic channel by the way. Please आप जाके सब्सक्राइब करिए. Chat if you're still watching. Graphics उसके बहुत बेहतरीन है. Please do check his channel out as well. And भाई UD भी आ चुके हैं. Good
हेलो
to
भाई.
see you UD on Ash Talks Football once again. भाई कैसे हो?
By the way,
How
UD
things are?
bhai, without specs, you're looking very different.
भाई
है ना?
चश्मे स्ट्रेन हो रहा है भाई, सोया नहीं अच्छी ना, so my eyes are getting very strained.
Okay.
Weirdly.
But by the way, beautiful house, yeah. That Merry Christmas photo, yeah, UD bhai.
Yes,
Beautiful.
yes,
Thank you
very
भाई.
beautiful भाई.
उस पे
Yes.
लिवरपूल का वो भी लगाया मैंने, जिंगल दिखाऊंगा तुम लोगों को
Hmm.
बाद में. बट यार मैं एक बार बोलना
Absolutely.
चाहूंगा कि एश टॉक्स फुटबॉल भाई, टचवुड, he's doing phenomenal. I think excruciating times for everyone, but at the same time he's been rock solid. So I'm very
Yeah.
happy to be here with everyone. Ash bhai,
अरे
Piyush bhai,
appreciate it.
and Nitika of course.
Absolutely. And see this, and तभी मैं इस पैनल को definitely that's why I have this panel right now chat, क्योंकि हम ना बहुत एक डिटेल्ड में होलिस्टिक एक बढ़िया सा कॉन्वर्सेशन करेंगे अबाउट द टाइटल रेस. सो एजेंडा बिठा देता हूँ राइट नाउ. पीपल हु आर जॉइनिंग राइट नाउ, प्लीज यू हैव टू गो एंड लाइक द स्ट्रीम गाइज, and please subscribe to all the channel, all the panels. I have mentioned this, the channels on the title and the description. Please do it. Fantastic people, fantastic content creators. You have to go and check out both on Instagram and on YouTube as well, right? दोनों पे करिए आप follow. एजेंडा सेट है कि we'll discuss about the title race. थंबनेल पे मैंने ये चीज डाली हुई है कि are still Liverpool the outsiders. 10 points मेरे हिसाब से still a gap that you can still catch on if your team fixes some fundamental issues. जो मैं बहुत बार इस चीज को बोलते रहा हूँ, and because Arsenal being Arsenal, I'm taking a dig at them because I consider them as a primary rival for Man United, and it's after so many years. I still see the shape of the Premier League changing a lot coming to it, and I'll straight away go to Nitika first, and let's start with the Liverpool discussion, and then we're gonna dive into the other topics. Liverpool. Now let's briefly talk about the Spurs game, and Nitika and UD, because um, the first half was very flat. Second half में थोड़ी सी वो energy आई, but then I saw a team getting rattled against 10 men, 9 men possibly. Do you think it is a mental block right now in this Liverpool squad, or you think we are falling behind tactically in a lot of the games? I'll take your take first.
आप जाओगे पहले कि मैं जाऊं?
मैं जाऊँ क्या?
चलो आप जाओ।
हाँ हाँ, नहीं आप जाओ ना, नितिका में पूछा मैंने, आज आज नितिका यूडी उस तेरे उसके बाद।
ओके।
ठीक है भाई।
See, I think that it's never really easy. चाहे जितना मर्जी बोल दे कि advantage मिल जाता है 10 versus 11, but there
राइट।
are not like many managers that I feel can nail that. क्योंकि जब 10 men होते हैं या तो फिर park the bus कर देंगे, you know, या फिर you have to tactically change your system as well to get a win against 10 men. Because somewhere or the other mentality issue भी आ जाता है when any team is 10 men, तो वो 10 लोग भी ना 10 लगते नहीं, ऐसे लगता है यार ये तो ऐसा लग रहा है पहले से भी ज्यादा प्लेयर्स के साथ खेल रहे हैं, यूजुअली दैट हैपेंस. And I think
राइट
I had the same, and even Jurgen Klopp for that matter was not
राइट
able to handle the park the bus situation. So it would get very difficult, and I have had this conversation so many times that if we are like, अगर मेरे opponent team के against red card मिल रहा है, please वो ना हो, that would be better अगर ना हो. But talking about the Spurs game, I think somewhere or the other रेड कार्ड तो होना ही था वो वाला, लेकिन लाइक यू सेड इट डिड नॉट सीम लाइक वी वर इन कंट्रोल. बट हम जब 11 मैन के अगेंस्ट में खेल रहे हैं, इट डज नॉट सीम लाइक वी हैव बीन इन कंट्रोल. सो
राइट
आई थिंक समवेयर और द अदर द इशू लाइज ऑन द टैक्टिक्स एज वेल ऑफ द
राइट
मैनेजर.
राइट
क्योंकि उसी में ही इतना ज्यादा कॉन्फिडेंस फील नहीं हो रहा है मुझे, तो अभी 9 और 10 मैन के अगेंस्ट, सो आई वाज लाइक आई डोंट नो व्हाट इज गोइंग टू हैपन, बिकॉज समवेयर और द अदर Spurs were very aggressive. They were
हाँ
playing a
they
very
were
aggressive game, and उनका होम ग्राउंड था. होम ग्राउंड का सपोर्ट बहुत मिल रहा था. तो
राइट
ये सारा चीज भी एक कहीं ना कहीं फैक्टर में आता है, एंड वी वर डेफिनेटली रैटल्ड. जहाँ पे 9 मैन के बाद थोड़ा नर्व्स काम होना चाहिए था, बट होम टीम रिचार्लिसन वेंट एंड स्कोर्ड अ गोल. तो कहीं ना कहीं इट वाज गोइंग टू बी अबाउट देम. अगर आप कोई भी सिनेरियो देख लो, इफ इट वाज नॉट लिवरपूल आल्सो, कोई भी
राइट
टीम ले लो, दे विल गेट अ बिट रैटल्ड. तो वो जो टाइम लगता है ना, वो 5 मिनट का फेज रहता है दूसरे टीम के
राइट
पास, जहाँ पे दे आर कंट्रोलिंग एंड दे हैव सेट द टेम्पो एंड दे आर क्रिएटिंग चांसेस.
राइट
तो जो ऑपोजिशन है ना, वो सिट बैक ही कर रहा होता है. प्रॉब्लम इज हमने वो 10 मिनट तक, हमने वो गेम के एंड होने तक कैरी ऑन करने दिया. हम मतलब अपना फुटिंग बना ही नहीं पाए. तो आई थिंक वो कहीं ना कहीं प्रॉब्लम रहा. तो मेरे लिए आई थिंक आई एम नॉट डिफेंडिंग द मैनेजर और व्हाटएवर, बिकॉज आई डोंट थिंक दैट कि टैक्टिक्स अभी इतना अच्छा वर्क कर पा रहे हैं. आई जस्ट I'm explaining why Liverpool might not be in control, and
राइट
why we truly deserve the 3 points, even like whatever the situation was.
राइट एंड उस पे आई थिंक नाउ यूडी आई लाइक टू लाइक आस्क यू ऑन दिस कि you know, Salah nahi hai AFCON में right now. I know Sobozla is being slotted into that right attacking midfielder slash wide player if he starts in that way. Isaac getting injured right now. Question to you right now. Even after spending the amount of money that Liverpool did, and you let me know, and anything also, you also let me know what you think. I think Liverpool went with that transfer war chest to win the Champions League, not to sustain another league challenge. That's my thinking where
Correct.
they would have gone in.
Correct.
Do you see right now, first question is the biggest issue profile wise in your team, that one thing that you want to solve in this team right now, and would you go for that in the January transfer window right now to solve this? Because if you're gonna do that, you still have a season to salvage with 10 points behind, or you think the season is not salvageable even after the signings?
I think regardless, this season has to be salvageable. I think that is the
Right.
sentiment. Bare
Right.
minimum is top 4 for us, right? And we are not far behind. But the injuries, जैसे आपने बोला, injuries can be a problem. Isak is out,
Right.
Bradley is out for some time.
Yeah.
We are depending on Wits for creativity from the left now.
Right.
Thankfully, एक duo established हो चुका है, Kirkes और Wits का,
Right.
but at the same time, output has been abysmal like last match. राइट विंग की प्रॉब्लम लगती है मेरे को कि चलो मोहम्मद सलाह गए हुए हैं, बट स्टिल आई डोंट थिंक लुकिंग एट आर्ने स्लॉट, इफ दिस इज द गाय दैट वी आर बैकिंग, इफ ही इज गोइंग टू बी एट द क्लब, he doesn't have faith in Chiesa right now. N'Goo Moha, he thinks he's too young, which is fair. I
Yeah.
think he's the manager, he knows what he's doing. But
Right.
then you obviously need a player profile like Semenyo. And I don't think he's one of those people who's going to go for a 17-year-old like Carl Lennart or, someone who's very boisterous, very quick.
Okay.
डोमिन हो गया प्रीमियर लीग में, तो ही इज ओनली वांटिंग 24, 25, 26 years old. And the reason why I rate him so much, and I think he's actually improved many players like Gravenberch, he's given Curtis Jones an opportunity, and he's showing why he should be selected over other players in that
Right.
team too.
Okay.
Diamond formation mein, for sure, we are getting a lot of space tactically to actually
Right.
progress ahead, but it doesn't make us look vertically very good. We struggle in competing physically because of the spaces that the striker has to cover. अगर राइट
Okay.
विंग में भाई कोई है ही नहीं, ओवरलैप कर रहा है आपका फुल बैक. So what do you expect from the striker, man? He has to cover the entire 40-30 yards like XDK. In fact, we
Right.
should be unleashing him into those spaces. What Konate was doing, thankfully.
Okay.
Konate
Okay.
was our best outlet, bhai, from the back line, supplying it
हाँ
in
हाँ, वो
behind the
लाइन
defense.
ब्रेकिंग पासेस कोनाटे कर रहा था लास्ट सीजन.
ठीक
नाउ
है.
इज नॉट डूइंग दैट एनीमोर दिस सीजन, बाय द वे.
अभी पिछली गेम में 2-3 किए हैं, ठीक है, तो उसी में लगा कि भाई वो ही अटैक बना रहा है. बाकी तो भाई वर्ड सेकंड हाफ में लगा 1-on-2s कर रहा है with Kokes and then with Isak also to a certain extent.
Right.
And the goals were also phenomenal. I'm not taking it away from us. But at the same time, man, if this is the level of intensity, like Fabregas mentioned in that interview,
Right.
कि स्ट्राइकर हटा के मिडफील्डर हटा के आप डिफेंडर लेकर आ रहे हैं, तो टीम की मेंटालिटी ऑब्वियसली विल शिफ्ट बैक टू डिफेंडिंग, राइट? एंड
Absolutely.
दिस इज नॉट व्हाट अ मैनेजर शुड बी giving that vibe to a team. The team should actually look forward to pressing them with the same intensity. That is what keeps teams intact. We are not going to be a Liverpool जो 10 minute का extended time में भाई you're giving an opportunity to the opposition to get on the ball and then to keep bombarding our defensive third. That is what
Yeah.
is happening in Liverpool right now. And I feel
Absolutely.
कॉन्फिडेंस डिप तो आएगा. रिचार्लिसन जैसे जब कीड़े होंगे भाई, जब तक वो लिवरपूल के अगेंस्ट खेलेगा भाई, तब तो ऑब्वियसली योर कॉन्फिडेंस इज गोइंग टू गो डाउन. एंड ही इज अ वेरी बॉइस्टरस एंड फायरी अटैकर. एंड ऐसे कैरेक्टर को हैंडल करना इतना मुश्किल होता है. एंड वी सीम लाइक अ वेरी सॉफ्ट टीम एंड आई एम रियली ऑनेस्ट अबाउट इट. राइट नाउ आई डोंट इवन फील सम प्रोफाइल्स आर मेकिंग अस लुक वेरी सॉफ्ट इन टर्म्स ऑफ सब्सटेंस. जिगरा होता है ना, एक जिगरा मिसिंग है लिवरपूल में, एक पंच मिसिंग है, which I feel only Soboslai, only people like Robertson provide us at this point in time. That's all I
No,
want
I
to
know,
say.
but एक no जिगरा वाली अगर बात अगर कर रहे हैं right now, I think can we say this, and जिस पे I think I'll take some Piyush का opinion and then I'll again go to Nitika's. Like where does Frimpong really fit right now? Because I remember Nitika, मैं जब analyze कर रहा था and मेरी लाला के साथ भी discussion हुई इस बारे में, you know, when Frimpong was fit as well, Bradley was preferred as your right back in lot of the games. When I know Frimpong injuries की बात आया, लेकिन he came in, got that assist against Burnley. फिर भी वो fit था and was not preferred to start. Do you think that right now to increase your attacking output, it's high time that even if Bradley is coming back, you bought Frimpong for a reason, उसको जरा ट्राई करना चाहिए. एंड दिस इज वेयर पीयूष का भी ओपिनियन लूंगा, बिकॉज फ्रिम्पोंग वाज अ मैन सिटी ब्रेड प्लेयर बाय द वे. विल फ्रिम्पोंग बी द डिसाइडिंग फैक्टर गोइंग फॉरवर्ड फॉर लिवरपूल इन द कमिंग गेम्स?
So the question is to me as well.
हाँ, पहले आप लोगे, then I'll come to Nitika.
Okay, first of all, I really want to take this moment and congratulate
Lala
Yudi bhai on the 1K thing.
Ash bhai, why do you hate Ishan?
I mean, relentless person bhai. I mean, I know him since I don't know when Golo ke kareeb 200 subscribers the, and
exactly
since that day I've not seen him take a day off. He's there, he's always there. He streams every day. He makes such a beautiful videos and relentless, and kudos to you, Yudi bhai, on achieving that. And just
Thank
a small
you,
milestone. I think
appreciate it.
we know that you have to go way ahead now. So on Frimpong wala thing, I think bhai, Ash bhai, if I can take few moments as to what I understood from that particular signing was, so what I thought was, then when they realized that they are going to sacrifice the creativity in terms of Trent leaving, they wanted some other way, because we all agree that there is no other Trent Alexander-Arnold in the world similar to let's say there's no any other Kevin De Bruyne in the world. So when these kind of players leave you, there is a massive hole, and they could not have replaced him for like to like. I think कोई ऐसा profile ही नहीं है. What I thought of the signing was, Slot understood that Salah now cannot make those runs, those darting runs, and he's far more comfortable drifting inside the box with his beautiful dribbling ability. Yeah, and that is why he wanted an outlet who could hold the breadth in terms of who's always there in terms if Salah leaves those space, and that is why they signed him. But I think I don't know what didn't work for them. Maybe Salah और उसका जो कुछ प्रॉब्लम हो गया, या जो भी कम्युनिकेशन इश्यूज थे, जिसकी वजह से जो उसका बेसिक आइडिया था वो हो नहीं पाया. दैट इज व्हाई वी आर फाइंडिंग इट वेरी डिफिकल्ट टू accumulate where he fits. But he's a fantastic signing. I would say that because City were not willing to let him go. City tried everything in their power to stop him, because they were very sure that once Kyle Walker is gone, he would be the person who would be replacing him, and he was a ready-made academy player. But the bid came from Leverkusen, and City thought, and he also wanted to go because he wanted game time, and kudos to him for choosing Leverkusen and doing the Invincibles and then again getting the move to Liverpool as well. So I thought idea तो सही था उसको वहाँ sign करने का, but I don't know, maybe not only that, बहुत सारे और छोटे-छोटे aspect which Nitika Di and UDY would know better than me in terms of what went wrong with that Liverpool system. But I think he still is going to prove a very potent player in my opinion, because जहाँ से मैं देख रहा हूँ भाई, I think he still has got the quality. And again, Ash bhai, आप वाली बात पे आता हूँ, in order for any player, for us to judge any player, we have to give him X number of runs consecutively. If you cannot play him in 10 games, there is no point of assessing him right now. This is just my opinion on any player. Let alone a Liverpool player or City players. So that is where I think my observation is on Frimpong. That is how I see him there in Liverpool.
Yes, absolutely. And Nitika, Frimpong. Oh, like, first question, will you prefer Bradley playing in right back or Frimpong? Or if Frimpong, then कैसे आप उसको use करोगे? Like, do you see Frimpong a future right now in this Liverpool team?
Definitely, I see a future for Frimpong. Honestly, we signed Beards, we signed Isak, but मेरे लिए the best signing was Frimpong. I was so excited about him because
Right.
कहीं ना कहीं when Trent Alexander-Arnold left, तो हमारा काफी एक क्रिएटिव आउटपुट जा रहा था, क्रिएटिव चैनल हमारे टीम से जा रहा था, तो वी हैड टू लाइक सीरियसली फाइंड समथिंग जहां से हम एक राइट बैक का कमी तो पूरा कर पाए, बट ऑल्सो
Right.
थोड़ा क्रिएटिविटी भी हमारा मतलब ऑफेंसिव प्ले में भी हमारा हमको हेल्प कर पाए. तो
Right.
आई थिंक फ्रिम्पोंग बहुत अच्छे वे में उस स्ट्रक्चर में फिट बैठता था फॉर मी, एंड आई थॉट ही वुड रियली डू दैट बिकॉज फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल इज अ स्प्रिंटर एंड उसके रन्स आर टेरिफिक ऑन द
Absolutely.
विंग. सो आई थिंक कहीं ना कहीं वी नीडेड दैट बिकॉज अगर हम साला के साथ बोले फ्रिम्पोंग को बिठाना, आई थिंक वो एक रिलेशनशिप ऐसा है जो कि बहुत अच्छे से फिट बैठता है, क्योंकि अगर सारा ट्रैक बैक नहीं कर पा रहे हैं, फ्रिम्पोंग नोज दैट ही कैन move ahead, but he can also come back very very quickly.
Right.
That is the sort of player that he is. And
Right.
जहां पे बात आती है कि कनेक्टिंग एंड क्रॉसेस की, वो कर रहा है बाय लाइन पे, वो कर रहा है एकदम विड प्रोवाइड करके. और उसने एक आई हैव फॉरगॉटन द मैच, लेकिन आई थिंक इट वाज अगेंस्ट न्यूकासल, आई डोंट रिमेंबर, जहां पे एंगुआ ने गोल मारा था.
Newcastle.
फ्रिम्पोंग yeah, so I think Frimpong does provide a lot of creativity when it comes to crosses and everything.
Right.
But जहाँ पे आप बात कर रहे हो कि कॉर्नर ब्रैडली और फ्रिम्पोंग के काफी मैचेस थे, तो क्यों कॉर्नर ब्रैडली को वहां पे उठाया था एंड फ्रिम्पोंग को नहीं, वो बेंच पे था. मैं आपको बताऊं, कॉर्नर ब्रैडली भी बहुत तगड़ा हमारा राइट बैक है. अगर
Yeah.
हमने फ्रिम्पोंग साइन किया है,
Actually.
he has कॉर्नर ब्रैडली हैज द एज, we know he can defend really well. We know that sort of एक बैकअप था ट्रेंट के लिए, even though he cannot do
And he
what
was
the
getting
Trent
ready
was
to take
doing.
that step up, Yeah.
एग्जैक्टली
Correct.
एग्जैक्टली. सो अगर हम उसको एक एज बैकअप देख रहे थे ट्रेंट का, तो आई थिंक कहीं ना कहीं वो काफी हद तक वो आउटपुट देता है, बट रेगुलरली नहीं देता, कंसिस्टेंटली नहीं देता. तो अगर कॉर्नर ब्रैडली वो करता, तो आई थिंक फ्रिम्पोंग वुड हैव टू फाइट फॉर हिज पोजीशन. इशू
Right.
ये हो रहा है कि कॉर्नर ब्रैडली का फिटनेस इशू है, एंड देन सेकंड थिंग इज दैट वो कंसिस्टेंटली वो परफॉर्मेंसेस नहीं दे पा रहा है. तो आप देखेंगे अगर फ्रिम्पोंग बेंच पे भी था, हमारा पहले से जो एक राइट बैक आए आ रहा है, मतलब दैट इज कॉर्नर ब्रैडली. तो कॉर्नर
Right.
ब्रैडली को वहां पे खिलाना, आई डोंट थिंक कि इट वाज समथिंग हम फ्रिम्पोंग को नहीं खिला रहे. आई थिंक वी वर स्टिल प्रिपेयरिंग फ्रिम्पोंग फॉर द इंटायरिटी ऑफ द सीजन, क्योंकि
Right.
एक बंदे पे डिपेंडेंसी रख के तो कुछ कर नहीं पाएंगे, बिकॉज आप देखो हम
Absolutely.
रॉबर्टसन एंड केर्किस को भी यूज कर ही रहे हैं. एंड
Fair.
जहां मैं फ्यूचर की बात करती हूँ, मुझे लगता है कि मैं फ्रिम्पोंग को ज्यादा देखती हूँ कॉर्नर ब्रैडली से, बट फॉर दैट ही हैज टू स्टे फिट. Like that is the biggest problem for me because I do not know what my playing 11 is. कि स्लॉट का स्ट्रॉन्गेस्ट 11 क्या है, उसमें ब्रैडली आ रहे हैं या
Correct.
फ्रिम्पोंग आ रहे हैं, उसमें केर्केज आ रहे हैं या रॉबर्टसन आ रहे
And
हैं,
आपके Joe
उसमें
Gomez was also, and Nitika, उसमें Joe Gomez also great. I mean, if you see before Joe Gomez got injured, Szoboszlai को हमेशा right back पे slot किया गया, Curtis Jones को right back पे slot किया गया, but in the end you had Joe Gomez जो actually when he played at the right back situation actually worked out for you. I think उसके एक assist भी थी. I think if I'm not wrong,
yeah
Joe Gomez he
yeah
helped
Bro,
created
can I
one
come
goal.
in? यहाँ
हाँ
पे
बोलना
बिफोर यू गाइस गो ऑन.
Yes.
या मैं सिर्फ फ्रिम्पोंग की बात करना चाहता हूँ, जैसे इन दोनों ने
बोलना
मेंशन
बोल
किया है. आई
go
थिंक
for
ही इज
it,
अ
go for
प्रोलिफिक
it.
प्रोफाइल भाई. ही इज अ वेरी गुड, ही अटैक्स हिज फेसेस रियली वेल. 99
Yeah.
percentile ऑफ प्रोग्रेसिव कैरियर्स में आता है वो वर्ल्ड फुटबॉल में, बट एट द सेम टाइम इंजरीज आर वेरी अनफॉर्चुनेट व्हाट हैज गॉन डाउन विद हिम. But defensively, if you want to support a player like Frimpong, he is only going to be good if you have a Konate stepping up, if you have the right midfielder stepping up, which I don't think
Right.
Liverpool के setup में अभी वो उतना supportive system मिलेगा, इतना
Hmm.
support नहीं मिल पाएगा क्योंकि हमारा टीम अभी भी struggle कर रहा है, which is why he's playing a 4-4-2 diamond at times.
Right.
You see it is
Right.
a very precautious, बहुत ही cautious way में हम defend भी करते हैं,
मैं आ
6
रहा था उस पे.
7 8 लोग आ जाते हैं पीछे mid to low block में like Tottenham only. But at the same time, we are still trying to find our proper identity, which I think we haven't identified. Once that culture steps in, ना भाई, अगर ये manager रहता भी है नहीं भी रहता है, हमारे खिलाड़ी he needs to know which are the best profiles that he's going to further bring to the club. इतना तो मेरे को पता है भाई, 2 खिलाड़ी आएंगे जान ट्रांसफर विंडो में, चाहे हाई कैलिबर हो, चाहे मेकशिफ्ट लोग हो. Frimpong as a right back option is very dicey, and I
but
feel
उस
like
पे नहीं, उस पे यूडी आई नो हम ऑब्वियसली इस सीजन के कॉन्टेक्स्ट के बेसिस पे वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट कि प्रोफाइल्स नहीं है, बट बारिंग ट्रेंट, राइट, एंड ऑब्वियसली बारिंग नूनेज एंड ऑब्वियसली डियोगो जोटा, the crop of players are exactly similar in terms of your core right now. I think the problem is that every player has not performed for you this season. तो उस पे मैनेजर पे बहुत क्वेश्चंस उठे हैं कि हैज ही बीन एबल टू यूटिलाइज द प्लेयर्स इन द राइट पोजीशन. I'll give you an example. I think लिवरपूल के लास्ट 5 or 6 games in the Premier League where actually तुमको थोड़ी सी मिडफील्ड की इश्यूज दिख रही थी. Do you guys think, and Nitika, I'll go to you first on this one. Transfer window pe, I know you got fantastic talents, but and this is a issue that United has faced. जब आपके सामने एक प्रॉब्लम आपके सामने है, your midfield do not have aerial duels winning players, where teams are actually battering you physically. आप ब्रेंटफोर्ड वाले गेम उठा के देख लो, यूनाइटेड वाली गेम उठा के देख लो, काफी टीम्स वही चीज करने की कोशिश कर रहे थे. Did you guys miss out on a CDM possibly because Endo is not that profile for player जो long term आपको help कर सकता है? Do you think that?
I definitely think that CDM प्रोफाइल अपने को लेना चाहिए था. इशू क्या हुआ ना कि जो बड़े बड़े साइनिंग्स हम लोग कर लिए इन टर्म्स ऑफ वर्ड्स एंड ईजैक, तो वो 2 साइनिंग्स के बाद एवरीबॉडी स्टार्टेड टू थिंक कि लिवरपूल ने तो बहुत पैसा लगा दिया, जो लगाया भी है राइटली सो, और हमने कमाया है वो पैसा, ऐसा तो है नहीं कि लोन डून लेके करा है भाई. तो वी हैड दैट मनी एंड प्रॉफिट्स थे क्लब के काफी टाइम
शरद
से,
केलकर
और लगाना बनता था. Really, I
बकचोदी
didn't know
चल रही है
that.
भाई पूरी चैट में. क्या है आज भाई?
शरद
शरद
केलकर ऑफ लिवरपूल. ओ भाई, see,
because of the voice.
people are big fans of your voice, UD. You have
ऐसा
to
करना
take it,
पड़ेगा
भाई.
नितिका.
You trademark your voice, bro. Nitika, please continue. Yes.
Yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, I
Sorry,
was talking
sorry.
about CDM ना, तो yes, तो कहीं ना कहीं of course I wanted कि CDM तो एक साइन करे, क्योंकि पिछले सीजन
Right.
में भी ऐसे हुआ था that first half of the season Gravenberch turned out to be like a phenomenal player. I absolutely loved his performance in the first half.
Right.
And then second half आते ही ना, second half of the season I'm talking about, तब उस टाइम पे आप देखोगे ग्रावेनबर्ग उस लेवल का परफॉर्म नहीं कर पा रहा था जो फर्स्ट हाफ में उसने दिया. यही एक प्रॉब्लम है कि तुम कितना एक प्लेयर को खिलाते रहोगे टू be that creative output, or maybe to be that CDM in the midfield and take your Gravenberg turns and things like that. But you can't
Right.
keep doing that again and again. Sometimes you need break,
Correct.
sometimes you need rest. And Endo, like you said, that he does not suit that profile. तो अगर मुझे अभी चांस दिया जाएगा, I think 2 players if I can sign, it will be a centre back and a CDM, because we need that
Right.
more. Even though we need attackers as well, we need Semenyo as well. We need, if we can have more attack options in the
Right.
team. But I still feel if we have a CDM and centre back, हम लोग एक stable position पे रहेंगे.
Right, and this is where आता हूँ उस पे पीयूष, I'll take your opinion as well on Liverpool right now because the title race is heating up, by the way. And मैं I'll quickly like to chat को भी दिखाने की कोशिश करूंगा, and just to for the panel as well. I'll share my screen quickly on the title race because and January transfer window is right on the corner. मैं दिखाना चाहूंगा the Premier League table. It's absolutely close right now. If I'm going to show you right now, Arsenal sitting at 39 points. I hope everyone is able to see the screen as well. Man City title, here we go, बोल रहे हैं कि I understand. There's a 2 घंटे के लिए at least top थे, but Arsenal is back on top. 2 पॉइंट का गैप है बिटवीन सिटी एंड आर्सेनल, उस पे भी आएंगे योर थॉट्स. लिवरपूल 29 पॉइंट्स, 5 गेम से 3 wins and 2 draws. Not the most convincing of wins in all the games. And if I go to Liverpool's next run of fixtures right now, right? If I click on the matches right now, they have Wolves, a very winnable game. Leeds, winnable game. Fulham still concede a lot of goals, a winnable game. After securing 9 points, do you feel a little confident going into the Arsenal game just because you gained those 9 points? Just because Liverpool would gain those 9 points, or you see ki nahi, the performance also needs to matter going into this Arsenal game because it is going to be a tough game at the Emirates. Question, I think Piyush, you can give your insights quickly, and then Nitika pe aayenge, and then UD pe aayenge, because it's a Liverpool topic, and then Man City pe quickly will try to relate because they are right there. Bhai, what's your thoughts, bhai? Piyush?
I think for me, it's a very biased observation on Liverpool. I think I just cannot discount them ever unless and until I'm sure they're mathematically out of the title race, because it's just a historical aspect that they have had with us. I'm not going to say that they are going to win the title, but they are definitely in shout of securing a top 4 position. And you never know with this title race, Ash bhai. They're just 7 points behind us, and we are touted to be the title favorite. Just imagine us losing 2 games and Liverpool winning
Right.
2 games. Everything changes, right? And it is only game week 17, and I just cannot fathom this inside my own head, that how come people are just discounting everybody left, right, and center, when at least till game week 30 you are never sure as to who's going to
Never
win.
sure.
अभी पिछले 10 साल में तो वो भी आप बता नहीं सकते. The 2 seasons that I think a team had already decided who was going to win was one, the Centurion, and the other Liverpool 2019, 18, 19 or 1920, that the season that
Yeah,
Klopp won, where they just ran through everybody. उसके अलावा तो टाइटल रेस हैज बीन वेरी क्लोज, सो आई कैन नॉट डिस्काउंट देम ऐसे एकदम से कि नहीं वो नहीं कर सकते. What I would
absolutely.
say कि even though they're winning those matches, I think there is a lot need to be improved in terms of their performances level. I think almost all Liverpool fans would agree to that observation as well कि performances उस level की नहीं है. But at this point of time, no, भाई, you have to take 3 points. That is what I would say. When fixtures are running so thick and fast, when the time is such, festive period is on our head, you
Right.
just need to accumulate as many 3 points as you can get, and I think they're doing it. And the more they win, the better they will be in place. They'll have the momentum. They can of course they can improve on the performances as well. So I am not discounting them
Yep,
completely out.
absolutely.
Yes, they have an outside chance for me, Ashbhai. I think, yeah, that is what I would say.
Outside chance, right? I also believe in Nitika. You saw the fixtures, right? Very winnable fixtures going into the Arsenal game. Arsenal, we might like they always have that mental block against Liverpool no matter what over the past few seasons. Like if you see the results as well, do you feel that you know are you satisfied enough with some of the games you've grinded out results or even draws to feel confident कि हम ये अगर 3 games निकाल लेंगे, we will still be really favorites for the Arsenal game even if Arsenal has a fantastic squad depth? What's your thoughts on this?
सी वो तो है ही, अगर 3 गेम जीतते हैं ना तो उसके बाद चौथे गेम वो भी आर्सेनल के अगेंस्ट जाएंगे तो कहीं ना कहीं कॉन्फिडेंस तो आएगा ही कि हम
Hmm.
निकाल पाएंगे वो वाला गेम.
Right.
लेकिन लाइक इतना इजी होने नहीं वाला है, बिकॉज इट्स नॉट लाइक कि आर्सेनल इज नॉट गेटिंग रिजल्ट. इट्स नॉट लाइक आर्सेनल इज लाइक उनके स्क्वाड में आप देखो, उनके बेंच पे देखो, दे हैव अ वेरी गुड स्क्वाड यार, एक होलसम टीम
Hmm.
है. हमारे अभी
Absolutely.
वुल्स के गेम के अगेंस्ट 12 सीनियर प्लेयर हैं भाई. मतलब अगर एक आधा फिर से
Your
इंजर्ड हो गया, वी विल
bench
नॉट हैव
is
प्लेयर्स लेफ्ट. तो और
absolutely.
9th जैन को गेम है आर्सेनल के अगेंस्ट, तब तक तो कोई साइन भी नहीं करने वाले. साइन करेंगे भी तो इमीडिएटली खिलाने नहीं वाले. तो नए
Hmm.
साइनिंग्स तो मैटर करने ही नहीं वाले अगेंस्ट दैट पर्टिकुलर गेम. बट अगर आप मुझे बोलोगे कि 3 गेम जीतने के बाद हाउ आई विल बी, आई थिंक इट डिपेंड्स अ लॉट ऑन मेरी क्या इंजरीज हैं. इट डिपेंड्स अ लॉट ऑन कि मैनेजर किस तरीके के सब्स्टिट्यूट्स कर रहे हैं व्हेन इट इज रिक्वायर्ड. ये चीजें
Right.
बहुत मैटर करती है कि इन गेम मैनेजमेंट मेरे मैनेजर का क्या रहने वाला है. क्योंकि अगर आप देखो पुराने गेम्स में भी काफी बार ऐसा हुआ है दैट हम इन्हीं चीजों से मारे गए हैं. इट्स नॉट लाइक वी डिड
Hmm.
नॉट हैव द गेम इन आवर हैंड्स. या तो हम ड्रॉ कर लेते थे, मतलब 2-2 गोल का लीड है तब जाके ड्रॉ कर लिया. मतलब इस
Right.
तरीके का एक सिनेरियो रहा है लिवरपूल का, व्हिच इज व्हाई आई एम अ बिट कंसर्न्ड. आई विल नॉट से आई एम वेरी लाइक अगर हम 3 गेम जीत भी गए तो आई विल बी वेरी कॉन्फिडेंट गोइंग इनटू इट, बिकॉज मुझे अभी तक मेरे मैनेजर का टैक्टिक्स क्या है वो समझ नहीं आ रहा है.
है
और
ना?
प्लेयर्स के लिए भी एक प्रॉब्लम है. वो इसलिए
Correct.
भी प्रॉब्लम है क्योंकि आप कभी क्या सिस्टम में खिला रहे हो, कभी क्या सिस्टम में खिला रहे हो, उसके बाद अगर गैकपो आ गया कोई और सिस्टम में खिलाने लग जाओगे फिर से। तो ये सब
राइट,
चीजें कंसिडर करते हुए ना, nobody knows what they're supposed to do and they keep changing the system again and again. जब तक एक
एब्सोल्युटली,
बंदे को नहीं पता होगा ना, जैसे मैं 100 बार एक जगह पे पास मारूंगी and I know that
हाँ,
Weirds is going to be there. Weirds वहां से ball निकालेगा for Ekitike, and that is going to happen like 1,000 times. Till the time that doesn't happen, nobody knows what to expect and where to
एग्जैक्टली,
expect the ball, where to expect the pass, where to expect the
करेक्ट,
cross.
करेक्ट,
I think that is a very big problem with the team right now. They have the quality. The good thing that is happening with the team is individual performances अभी better हो रहे हैं. तो वहां पे कहीं ना कहीं I am happy, क्योंकि
राइट,
starting of the season में हम ठीक खेल रहे थे, फिर बीच में जो slump आया वो slump इसी वजह से था कि
राइट.
इंडिविजुअली कोई भी अच्छा नहीं खेल रहा है, एंड यू कांट चेरी पिक कि भाई इट्स गैकपो और इट्स साला. आई थिंक नोबडी वाज एबल टू प्ले वेल.
Even Van
डिफेंसिवली
Dijk to a
हम
certain
बहुत
extent was
खराब थे.
very poor by like Van Dijk,
एग्जैक्टली.
like in terms of leadership qualities, in terms of like performances on the pitch, you can see there's a, you can see it in the eyes of the players. There's a lack of trust right now. The
या.
players like up, like Spurs वाले game पे example ले लो. Like sometimes Konate like just absolutely blanking in the box right now. कि मैं करूँ क्या
ट्रू.
इस time पे? He's looking at Van Dijk कि क्या करें? Like I think players sometimes need to also take a lot of more responsibility on the pitch, and you're Premier League champions, by the way. Like they need to show that headstrong ability ki nahi bhai, I need to remind myself that I am coming off as a Premier League champion. I was better than on most teams in the Premier League last season, and उसपे definitely, and एक मेरा उस पे सवाल राइट नाउ है कि योर आपके बेंच ऑप्शंस इस टाइम पे क्या हैं? लाइक यू हैव एनगू मोहा, यू हैव किएजा, एंड आई एम गोना टॉक अबाउट किएजा राइट नाउ in a bit. डू राइट नाउ विद साला मिसिंग, मैंने लास्ट गेम की फॉर्मेशन देखी कि आपके जोन्स है पिवट पे अलोंग साइड आपके ग्रेवेनबर्च, एंड देन यू हैड right? And then you had Sobozla is fitting in as the right attacking midfielder. Do you think right now कि नहीं यार, with Isaac missing right now, let's have more involvement of Chiesa, because whenever he has been on the pitch, I know slot बोला है कि he is not always that fit कि sustain नहीं कर पाएगा, but if you have players on the bench, you might just use them, else it's just you are just rusting them out. Same United की situation अभी right now है with Ugarte and all. Do you think, you do first, I'll come to you. Bhai,
Yeah.
Chiesa, man, do you think he deserves a start right now? And I think Wolves would be a perfect game to give him, because Wolves have been the poorest team in English football, like
I
performance
think
wise.
I think very valid question. I think he will have to give a start to Chiesa to manage other people's minutes क्योंकि injuries काफी हो गई हैं भाई. Plus, if you look at the other aspect of this, right now we need to focus on building some sort of an ecosystem, some sort of a culture which is still missing from the squad. Profiling of players is correct, but still, yeah, Liverpool will have to unfortunately spend more money to bring in more profiles at this point in time. No matter what rivals say that, oh, Liverpool have turned out to be a capitalistic club and whatnot, वो चलेगा यार, वो तो चलो criticism ले लेंगे. But right now, the reality of the situation is Bajcetic is not coming back anytime soon. पता नहीं कहाँ पे है वो. Joe Gomez is very injury prone. We don't have that much depth. Nat Phillips भेज दिया, बेंडो भेज दिया, हावी एलियट आ रहे हैं. मैं तो ये भी कहूंगा भाई, ओरेगी को फ्री एजेंट का स्टेटस मिल चुका है भाई, इसको उठा लो for the timing just to fill in the
Right,
ranks, right? So my only thing is right now, bro, he's adapting really well to what the circumstances have been pre San Siro fixture. Six
right.
games unbeaten. I think Wolves and Leeds will be the right testament to get onto some sort of a tactical acumen because he needs to show that he's improving performance wise. हम बात कर रहे हैं underrated shout दे रहे हैं कि title race में है Liverpool. I don't think so. Title is very far fetched. I think it's for City or Arsenal to take. But
Right.
in totality, the focus should be primarily on managing minutes and entrusting and having some faith in the players that he hasn't started, like Chiesa. वैसे मेरे को लग रहा है वैसे भी Chiesa honestly by summer World Cup के बाद maybe he might want to get out of the club is what I feel. That is the sentiment.
Right. So, verdict on the title race right now. I know, like, even if I go and check out Arsenal ke fixtures right now, Arsenal also have a very, very difficult run of games right now, and we'll quickly jump into Man City as well, because Man City has been absolutely top tier over the past few games. Arsenal is having a crucial game against Crystal Palace in the EFL Cup quarterfinal. They're playing Brighton, Aston Villa. Bournemouth could be a tough game away as well. Then they're playing Liverpool. Can Liverpool, if they do the basics right, can still catch up to Arsenal? and most importantly, Man City. Because if I go and check out Man City के fixtures coming into the next few games, right? तो I'll share my screen quickly once again, right? And then we'll see कि Man City की situation क्या है. Piyush, I hope everything is good. हाँ,
Yeah, especially थोड़ा सा
कोई बात नहीं, कोई बात नहीं.
stable.
No worries, no worries, no worries. Please, by the way, 110 people watching right now. What you guys need to do is like the stream, and please subscribe to IndieCop. Please subscribe to Goloy, and please subscribe to Piyush Wise and otherwise as well. Please, and also please, आप लोग अगर stream मजा आ रहा है, and if you're liking the insights of the panel, please, and myself as well, please like the stream. And if you're new to the channel, please subscribe to Ash Talks Football as well. 120 people watching, by the way. Please like the stream. अगर मैं Man City के fixtures भी देखूँ ना, they and Piyush, I'll come to you right now, right on this. Nottingham Forest away, 27 December. 4 या 5 दिन के गैप में playing Sunderland. Again, a very well-oiled, well-drilled team. Man City playing Chelsea, then Brighton. And then it's Man United in the Premier League. So these 5 fixtures are very tough, actually, in my opinion, because I know Nottingham Forest is languishing in the bottom in 17th right now, but still Nottingham Forest is a team that's still can hurt you on their day with Callum Hudson-Odoi and a lot of the talented players they have. इस 1 2 3 4 5 fixtures में से how many points you are actually looking at, right? And also, do you see that हमें like Man City needs to do something more in the transfer window right now in January?
So I'll answer the first part of the
First
question,
question.
Bhai, as in how many points that I expect. I think I expect 15, Bhai, and this is not being cocky. If we are serious about this title race, we need to get those all victories, which in my opinion, are achievable. The fixtures are yet, I think they are difficult, and the first two are more difficult than the rest, because I think playing Sunderland away and Forest away is going to be very difficult in this festive period for me.
Right.
You never know how those fixtures might turn out to be. They might put a 10-man bus stop there, and you just can't park your own thing there. So it might happen with Sean Dyche, and it might also happen in transition that we are punished as well, because there have been various games where we were very lucky in terms of not conceding goal because of either Donnarumma's beautiful one-on-one ability to stop any attacker, or maybe sometimes we get the offside trap right. Like most of the times we've gotten that offside trap right as well. But these are the first two games that I think if City can get their victories, they'll be under a lot of confidence. Chelsea away,
Right.
Chelsea, I think we're going away, right? Chelsea away is always a tough fixture, bhai. But I kind of feel that Pep Guardiola has an edge over Maresca somehow. I don't know why. Because last
Right.
time भी मेरे को ऐसा लग रहा था कि Palmer and all, when they were all in great form and City was struggling, by the way, we somehow still found a way victory to win, and we were very comfortable. And I don't know, maybe Pep has a thing over him. So
Right.
Chelsea wala game, I'm not that worried. United, of course, the derby, it is always very difficult. This time we are going to go to Old Trafford, and
Right.
yeah, you never know with the derbies as well. Whenever United have not played well as well, they have always tend to defeat Man City some or the other way. So yes, the
No, we have
fixtures
done this.
on the outside it looks difficult, but Ashbhai, if we are really serious of competing against Arsenal, I think we need to win every game there is.
Right.
The 5 games that you pointed out, that is what I would say. And in terms of transfers, I don't know. There are few things that City needs to address in this transfer. I think we definitely need a right back. Even though Matthias Nunes has been really good, but he's not
But
a
it's a
right
क्या
back.
makeshift.
We
खेला
need,
भाई पिछली गेम में भी क्या खेला वो बढ़िया
yeah,
मजा आ
but
गया
That guy has actually
Yuri bhai,
stepped up,
he is not sustainable, right? मतलब पूरे season you can't. मतलब you are also there in the Champions League. You are
Right.
there in the semi-finals of the Carabao Cup. You need your मतलब there must be some backup.
where does
And
Rico
I
Lewis
think
come in the scene?
so Rico के साथ issue ये हो रही है कि Rico, I don't know what has happened with him. Going forward, he's still very good. But defensively, bhai, since maybe Matthias Nunes has proven himself in such
Right.
a high state that I just cannot imagine him playing that high line alongside, let's say, Guardiola and Diaz, because he's
Right.
sus there. if we have a defensive cover, like if we can play like a double pivot or something like that where there's an extra protection, then Rico
Right.
could always be used as a false nine as well, क्योंकि वो दौड़ता बहुत अच्छा है, he understands the spaces
Correct.
really well.
False nine.
But in this
Interesting.
false
कि
nine as
वो
in
आगे
मतलब
घुस
space,
जाता है, like
false nine का
converges into
space
those
जो है भाई,
spaces, हाँ.
Space
मतलब
में. Right,
he
right, right.
just plays behind Haaland. अगर आप उसका कभी
Yeah.
भी मैच देखोगे ना, he
हाँ,
makes
हाँ, he
those
tries
runs
to get into
inside
the
the
box.
box.
हाँ.
Yeah, and he always acts as an extra man.
Absolutely.
The times I remember City started dominating last season was all down to him getting into the box very early. तो going और जिस तरह से पेप लिंडर्स के आने के बाद से जो हमारी डिफेंसिव लाइन हो गई आज भाई, इट्स रियली
Right.
हाई. And I really think we need players like Matthias Nunes who can cover the ground as well and who physically as tough as well. So उस
Right.
aspect में I think we need a right back, but I don't know if we can get one because I think we are heavily linked with Livramento, and Livramento is not going to come this January. That is for sure because
Right.
Newcastle themselves are competing
तो
for Europe and
Semenyo के जो links हैं Piyush are very strong links by the way, right? And
yeah, yeah.
like with Savinho being very unstable right now, do you see Semenyo fitting in this Pep Guardiola system, and exactly in which position do you see Semenyo fitting in?
So the fan base is divided, Ash bhai, in terms of nobody exactly knows why we are chasing Semenyo. तो ये वही वाली बात हो गई जैसे जब हम लोग समर में रॉड्रिगो से लिंक थे, राइट? तो we didn't understand why do we need रॉड्रिगो, बट रॉड्रिगो तो चाहिए ना, अगर मार्केट में अवेलेबल है, किसको नहीं चाहिए रॉड्रिगो? तो ये वही वाली बात हो गई कि सिमेन्यो द वे ही हैज प्लेड दिस सीजन, मतलब माय ओन फियर इज कि भाई किसी और की तरफ चले जाए, इससे अच्छा सिटी में ही आ जाए. बट आई डोंट नो इफ ही इज एज इफेक्टिव ऑन राइट एज ही इज इफेक्टिव ऑन द लेफ्ट में देयर इज नो प्लेस फॉर हिम. यू ऑलरेडी हैव अ डोकू हु इज इन फॉर्म ऑफ हिज लाइफ.
मार्मुश भी बैठा हुआ है, you know.
Marmoush is there. Marmoush is not getting a game time here and there. On the right, the way Pep plays, Bernardo and Cherky, like जो right side में दोनों midfielders हैं. Bernardo plays starts at the top, but he drifts inside and acts as a midfielder. And Cherky occupies that space, and then Nunes has that overlapping effect. If you get a direct winger like Semenyo, then what are these guys going to do? ये कहाँ जाते हैं? तो I don't know what if we need him or not. But if he's available, bhai, I am not going to deny he's a quality player and he's going to add value to this squad. And it is Pep. It is for Pep to figure out as to where he fits him. But my priority is not Semenyo, bhai. My priority, on the other hand, is someone who could maybe a makeshift central defender who could just take out certain minutes from Nico Gonzalez, because I think we are just running him into the ground, bhai. We are just playing him every game, every 70, 80 minutes he's there.
Nathan Ake के भी links आ रहे हैं to do an exit, right? From the club.
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't know, Ash bhai. जितना मुझे history पता है Pep की, I think when he is in this title run thing, he just does not let go his of experienced player. वो रोक लेता है उनको, चाहे bench में बैठा रहे, because they add a lot of value. They're there. They are going to guide the juniors as well. And unless Ake comes out and says नहीं he wants to go, then the case is different. But City will never trade him just because they want some other player. This is just my opinion, by the way. Absolutely. It might happen. I don't know exactly, but इसके पहले ऐसे नहीं हुआ है कभी City में, where we have traded our मतलब someone who has already been there as a winner just to get some other player who we don't even know if we need it or not. So,
and I thought Nathan Ake's career is going to be illustrious. Bournemouth, Cherries, he fought his position. Chelsea, he tried fighting his position. Man City, 2 seasons, he was their best outlet.
One of the best outlets.
And best defense. राइट भाई, उसके बावजूद बेचारे को इंजरीज इतनी हुई है ना यार, उसका बेचारे का करियर वैसे के वैसा ही रह गया, बट स्टिल ही विल गो डाउन अ लेजेंड फॉर सिटी, आई फील.
राइट
2 seasons he was
100%.
And absolutely,
treble season मतलब he was very integral. If you remember the treble season, we used to play 4 centre backs, मतलब as in positionally सब अलग अलग खेलते थे, but Stones आके आपका अकांजी and Diaz were playing. And जब Guardiola भी आता था, Guardiola भी was typically a centre back, but he used to play on the left. And then Akanji was also one more backup. वो भी उसी साल आया था, by the way. So Stones used to move front and play as a CDM alongside Rodri, and then everybody pushed थोड़ा सा 4 से 10 मीटर आगे बढ़ जाते थे because of Stones' ability to hold the ball really well. So yeah, he has been very instrumental.
And उसमें आऊँगा
आज भाई आप होस्ट तो हैं, बट आप यूनाइटेड की स्थिति बताएं कि यूनाइटेड है टाइटल रेस में कि नहीं है, आप ये बताएं.
यूनाइटेड की स्थिति ऐसी है ना, I'll sum it up in few minutes. You know, यूनाइटेड, मैंने हमेशा ये चीज बोल रखी थी कि मैन यूनाइटेड इज गोना बी एन एब्सोल्युटली एनिग्मेटिक टीम दिस सीजन. you know we still have the similar crop of players जो हैं काफी मैनेजर्स के अंडर काफी सीजन से, तो तुमको परफॉर्मेंसेस में इनकंसिस्टेंसीज मिलेंगी। हमने एक बहुत ही क्रूशियल पॉइंट हमने सॉल्व नहीं करी इन द लास्ट 3-4 इज द मिडफील्ड। We are still going for Semenyo without even prioritizing a midfield. This is where I have an issue. I had some criticism. I'm backing Ruben Amorim in a lot of the aspects, but I'm still questioning Ruben Amorim कि भाई तुमको जब पता था कि AFCON में you might come into a situation where your squad is depth is not that great. Why didn't you give enough minutes to the likes of Manu, even the likes of Ugarte, by sacrificing few games ताकि वो match fit रहे, match sharp रहे, and we would have been in a better situation, going into AFCON right now. As you can see, last game पे भी Aston Villa के अंदर when Mount was absolutely slotted down the right, एकदम right पे बैठ गया था वो just, and because there was no creative outlet, only Cunha was doing it. This is where where I have some selection issues ki kuch situation mein where you had a perfect opportunity to start Bruno as 10, you went ahead with Ahmad at 10, Mbumo at L10. It doesn't make sense, right? So
By the way,
ऐसी situation,
Shea Lacey looks really good, man.
yeah, I mean,
He's-
obviously, see, this is where you need to integrate the youth in a very smart way. Now, title race, obviously, you're taking a dig at me, I know, but title race हम कभी है नहीं.
No
My
digs. No digs
नहीं
because
नहीं
I told you top 5 so Man United can get
top
into it.
six, top six, I think should be a realistic
Top 5, top
possibility.
6,
But
yeah.
I'm actually worried right now because with Bruno Fernandes going away for 1 month, I'm worried during the AFCON period. Even like I know Newcastle second half intensity nahi rakhti, you might just manage a draw, and the next 3 games are winnable games. But still, there is a lack of creative outlet. That's why I've been saying. I would let go of that Semenyo deal, let him go to City or wherever he wants to go for. I want a midfielder ASAP, whether it's Joe Gomez, whether it's a Conor Gallagher, whether it's a Ruben Neves. If we get midfielders, we will secure our defense a lot better because we have conceded 28 goals this season, by the way. We have scored a lot of goals. That's a fantastic, plus we have. But we need to settle our defense. Once we do that, we'll actually go on winning more games. But
भाई
United
ये
पे अलग we'll do
लिसांड्रो
a discussion.
मार्टिनेज का क्या सीन है? डबल बिफोर वी गो टू नितिका, लिसांड्रो
Yep.
मार्टिनेज was looking very good in that double pivot
Yeah, he
role.
did. He did.
But
He did.
unfortunately, your fan base is not very convinced
No,
on playing
no,
him in that position. Why?
I'm not convinced. I'm not convinced. I'll tell you why. I know Lisandro Martinez की primary qualities, है कि he has a very good IQ in terms of breaking the lines in terms of the passes, right? He has good turns. He can do the job. I agree, but not against all opposition. UD. Now we gonna play Newcastle, and Newcastle पे उनके पास दो तगड़े midfielders है, टोनाली और गिमारेश. ये लोग चढ़ जाएंगे लिसांड्रो मार्टिनेज पे physically. And the first instinct of Lisandro Martinez, whether you can play in on a pivot or not, his first instinct is a defender, right? He will not have that instinct to beat the press, with pace, which you need against Newcastle and in this formation. So, usme, we will have to still play Casemiro and Ugarte. I like to keep things basic in terms of what football is, and not tinker that much. I would play Lisandro Martinez, how good he looked, play him in the left center back role. Let Shaw take a little bit of back foot. If Dorgu does not play well, just put on Shaw in that game. You have to make things make sense in some games. तभी जाके हम we can actually do well. But United पे we will definitely discuss on a later topic. UD कल we are doing a stream on your channel as well, right?
Yes.
Nitika, question. And obviously even United के लिए भी I'll take some of your opinions as well on another stream as well, because obviously आपके reels भी मैंने देखे हुए हैं. Fantastic, by the way, this is fantastic rivalry going on between Liverpool, Man United fans. भाई भाई मस्त एकदम trenches में है, मजा आ रहा है, ठीक है. And this is exactly what healthy rivalry should be. Nitika, Man City, your analysis on Man City, कमजोर कड़ियां कहाँ पे हैं, where they're absolutely doing well. You saw the Fulham game, right? You create that chaos in Man City, that defense can still crumble, and Piyush would agree to that. City का आपका analysis क्या है? Are they still good enough to rattle Arsenal in the title race?
They are winning the Premier League.
Absolutely.
Bhai, yes. Nitika, please say that only. Arsenal who?
Yeah, I think.
Who? Arteta who?
Yeah,
Bhai,
yeah, yeah.
केड़ा Arteta? कौन सा? कित्थे दा? कित्थों? Where? Honestly, like
Like at the end of
I'm
the
done
day,
with this narrative. Bhai,
yeah.
go on. Sorry.
Yeah, Nitika, yeah.
Matlab, that's what I feel that if there is somebody or some team that can definitely win, ये 2 point कुछ भी नहीं है जिसके लिए, that is Manchester City and that is Pep Guardiola, जिसको पता है कैसे जीतना है इस सिचुएशन में. तो there is a very weird stat that I was reading today
Right.
that पिछले 2 सीजन्स में भी पिछले 5 साल में भी 2 सीजन जब आर्सेनल ऑलमोस्ट टाइटल जीतने वाला था बट सिटी ने रोक दिया तो वो 2 सीजन्स में भी ऐसे ही था कि दे वर ऑन द टॉप ड्यूरिंग क्रिसमस लेकिन रिजल्ट नहीं था उनके फेवर में एंड आई ऑल्सो रेड दिस वेरी क्रेजी स्टैट समवेयर दैट जब
Right.
भी आर्सेनल प्रीमियर लीग में क्रिसमस टाइम टॉप पे रहा है दे हैव नेवर वन द टाइटल नाउ आई एम नॉट सेइंग कि ये
Hmm.
नेवर कभी भी होता नहीं है थिंग्स चेंज
Interesting.
ऑब्वियसली बट 2 पॉइंट का जो लीड है फॉर आर्सेनल इट इज नथिंग फॉर मैनचेस्टर सिटी स्पेशली नाउ that they have found their form. They did not start the season well, and I think Haaland is a robot. He's a monster of a striker.
भाई साहब यार.
मतलब कहाँ से वो बंदा गोल्स निकाल रहा है कहाँ से वो गोल्स मार रहा है एंड चेल्की इज डूइंग वेरी वेरी गुड फिल फोर्डन ने अपना फॉर्म पकड़ लिया है तो
Right.
कहीं एंड also Nico O'Reilly. I think that he has been
Brilliant.
really good this season, यार. And अगर आप पूरा squad देखो ना, one thing that a team that can keep winning that they need is a very good bench. They need depth, and I think Manchester City has that, and they're not afraid to, find the problems that they have in the squad and just fill the positions in January transfer window. I think they will do that because वो लोग वेट नहीं करेंगे कि हाँ अभी पैसा नहीं है हम समर में वेट करेंगे देखेंगे किसको साइन करना
Very
है जो
ruthless
उनको
club.
प्रॉब्लम्स दिख रही है एग्जैक्टली उनको 6 महीने में जो दिख रहा है प्रॉब्लम है वो जनवरी में उसको कंप्लीट करके एंड तक एटलीस्ट 2-3 ट्रॉफी तो उठा ही लेंगे सो दिस इज व्हाट मैन सिटी
Right.
डज नॉट एवरी
Right.
क्लब हैज दैट मच गुर्दा इफ आई कैन से टू
Yeah.
compete like that the way Man City does and they
Yep.
breathe down your neck and it is so suffocating honestly because we
Right.
have been on the other end of it it is
Correct.
truly suffocating because Manchester City को अभी हराना difficult होगा I'm not saying impossible है but it's very difficult now because they found their form
Yeah.
वहीं अगर हम आर्सेनल के बारे में बात करते हैं ना आर्सेनल पे लोगों को भरोसा क्यों नहीं हो पा रहा है या उठ पा रहा है वो इसी
Rightly
चीज की वजह
pointed
से
out.
है
ये मैं
सॉरी
सेगवे क्वेश्चन मैंने रेडी रखा था नितिका राइट नाउ इट्स लाइक देयर इज दिस क्वेश्चन ना कि is this exactly the most beatable Man City we have seen in years, or are we overacting or still inevitable by April? Because I think you rightly pointed out. I think we need to talk about Phil Foden because I've seen whenever Phil Foden has stepped up for Man City, like Man City has looked an even dangerous team and Haaland से वो responsibilities कम होने लगती है and you rightly pointed on Nitika Haaland and Piyush I would like to UD के बाद I'll go to you around Haaland as well. Are we seeing Ballon d'Or Haaland finally? The Dortmund Haaland that we knew. Because in Dortmund, I clearly remember Dortmund mein, he used to drop it deep, make those runs, be absolutely physical in the duels with the midfielders se leke defenders tak. Corner pe he's defending, doing a lot of jobs. Doing the runs down the left, creating spaces for the likes of Cherki, even the likes of Reinders. Reinders ke runs. I know Reinders has not lived up to that crazy expectation, but we are recently seeing Piyush, right? Ki Reinders we run off the ball runs, badhiya bana raha hai, which is exactly is known for, right? Haaland is looking good. Is this right to say that Haaland is right now looking good because Phil Foden is finally stepping up a lot, or you think Haaland has been inevitable? He's been absolutely crazy. Yudi, I'll go to you first on this one.
I'll just say one thing to begin that with. I think City's defense might be looking a bit risky on a high line, but at the same time, their attack looks even more direct and ferocious with the technical ability that they've garnered with these new acquisitions. मैं तो यही बोलूंगा सिटी का अटैक है ना अगर देखोगे विज what Arsenal have done. Arsenal look like the same old Arsenal with lack of creativity. People are giving the slander to Odegaard, but unfortunately City I think they are still doing what they have been doing always. And Pep Guardiola, no one can write him off as a manager. I think he is one of the best in the world right now. He is on top right now. And डिफेंसिवली चाहे सेकंड हाफ में चाहे फुलम ने 4 गोल चलो मार दिए मानता हूँ इट्स अ प्रेशर गेम इट्स अ हाई स्टेक्स फिक्सचर एंड एनीथिंग कैन हैपन बट एट द सेम टाइम Guardiola the way some of their people have taken leadership Guardiola ठीक है भाई Nico O'Reilly stepping up looking so mature in that addition भाई Bernardo Silva by the way 2-3 सीजन तक वो लैकलस्टर लग रहा था बट अब इस सीजन फिर से उसका लग रहा है कि जलवा आ गया है वापस Nico Gonzalez, he's trying really hard from a deeper position. Phil Foden, भाई rock solid, amazing. भाई क्या खेल रहा है वो?
Right.
गोल पे गोल पेल रहा है.
Yeah.
Haaland, भाई unstoppable. He is a beast. No one's going to doubt that. Doku improved his game, verticality, close ball manipulation, close ball control, left to right by switching the feet and वो सब
Sorry,
अच्छा
Yudi,
किया उसने.
Piyush एक question है. Doku कितने time तक out है, by the way?
I think he said 2 to 3 weeks. We are not even sure as to what does that mean. He said कि
Right.
बहुत serious बात नहीं है, but I think he'll be missing 2 to 3 weeks. That means he's not coming before January. I think January में आ जाएगा maybe, but not before that.
Right. And before I proceed, Yudi, I'd like to ask you about Doku as well. We'll continue the discussion. Guys,
Yeah, bro.
so many people watching right now. Please like the stream. And if you're loving what you're hearing from the panel, fantastic panel, by the way, please, 120 people consistently आप देख रहे हैं stream. Please subscribe to IndieCop. Please subscribe to UD Golo. He recently reached 1K subscribers. Big up, man. Love this, bhai. And Piyush, I think Piyush deserves more subscribers right now. I feel one of the very fantastic creators that have popped up in the scene. Bhai, I rate him very highly. Please आप जाके उनके Friday streams भी check out करिए. Very wholesome, lovely streams. भाई मैं मजा आता है उनको सुनते हुए. Like I can like listen to him on Spotify like big time. Please. No, I'm not even like I'm kidding. Like please, guys.
He's one of those people like symphony in motion. Like
Absolutely. No. Let's give the credit, and this is what's gonna happen on Ashtalks Football. Bhai, like I'm gonna shout out all the creators that's gonna be on the panel because they have taken out their time and they're not showering their knowledge on the stream and chat. Aap and big up to the chat as well. Fantastic insights and questions on the chat. Chat has been very civil, beautiful chat. By the way,
2K पे पहुंचाओ Ash भाई को. 2K पे पहुंचाओ Ash भाई को. He's skyrocketing.
Thank you so much.
Push
Thank
him.
you so much.
Do the inevitable, भाई. And IndieCop also 28,000, 29,000. पीयूष भाई को भी 1,000 करवाओ जल्दी और गोल भाई को भी सब कर दो भाई जाके. सबको कर दो.
Exactly. We are building a fantastic community here. Please support the Indian football community, the creator community, because I think I believe that with the knowledge that we possess, we can absolutely compete with the likes of the UK creators. I definitely believe it, and I'm going to stand by it. And Bernardo is the heart of the team. Yeah, Akash Bolan, and that's a fantastic because and मैं उस पर एक पॉइंट डालना चाहूंगा. You know, Bernardo Silva is season looking at little bit different. Last season we saw his drop because I think Piyush we have talked about this. Euros पे इतने games खेला वो. उस season पे वो 60 game खेला. He was absolutely like, you know, cooked भाई. मतलब physically he was done. UD Doku के यहाँ पे question है वैभव, and उसके बाद मैं नितिका पे जाऊंगा and then I'll go to Piyush. Doku is good but inconsistent too. मेरा उस पे सेगवे ये है कि आई थिंक फाइनली वी आर सीइंग डॉकू गेटिंग अनलीस्ड इन दिस टीम. फाइनली इज सेटल्ड इनटू दिस मैन सिटी टीम की he has a responsibility is very clear right now is to create chaos in the box, and now he has been actually delivering the goals and assists whenever he's actually being on the ball. Yudi, your analysis on Doku and this 2-3 weeks का जो injury होगा Doku, will Man City be very very missing him right now considering the fact that they're going to play in fixture congestion? और तुमको लगता है नहीं यार फोर्डन और चर्की संभाल लेंगे?
संभाल तो लेंगे वो भी, but at the same time Doku is a big miss. He was being held in the same breath as Savinho, as Brennan Johnson, pace merchant, whatnot bhai. But this season he's definitely pushed himself 2 notches above other out and out wingers. Let's be honest about it. Doku
यूनाइटेड के अगेंस्ट वापस आने वाला है. I swear भाई. No.
But Doku का बस ये है कि his final third entries are the most I think in Europe right now. But at the same time he needs to do better in terms of finishing because ऐसी opportunities आएंगे कि हालैंड नहीं मार पाएगा या फोर्डन नहीं मार पा रहा है, तो Doku has to do it on his own, and he's very unselfish as a player by the way. I've seen that too this season. He's been pretty good in squaring the ball, and उसको बस वही improve करना है. अपना final delivery and final finishing is what he needs to improve on. Rest, if he has all the tools, he's got everything. I don't know what Piyush feels about his work ethic though. कि क्या लगता है work ethic के मामले में कैसा?
And उसपे मैं
no, bhai, I think I am as surprised as anybody, bhai, because you know, Yudi, it was a famous statement that I made, and I made a fool out of myself in the Gameweek 1 review show where I said, "By with Doku you can't be winning anything." And since that Gameweek, he has just put a tight slap on my face, and every time he performs, I just have to eat my words. But it's beautiful to see him like that. But I just think there's a human element to what Doku is doing in terms of his performance. I think in the first few years, bhai, similar to I think what most of the young talented wingers would have felt कि यार उनके पास trickery है, उनके पास pace, and that then they can set the world on fire. But when you get into a team like Man City, which is full of tactics and full of like small details, you need time to understand. And I think he was on the wrong side of it because he never got the game times that he should have gotten in the previous season as well. And because one of the reasons was presence of Jack Grealish. And I think even though Jack Grealish was very controversial in terms
Right.
of how opposition fans took him, like for us he was very essential for what he did. He did exactly what Cherki is doing right now. He was the one who was slowing the game down when City needed control. So he had that beautiful ability to get anywhere in the pitch. He could get a foul from anybody, any defender. He was that good with his ball control. So I think this season, I think Doku understood that he is the main man in terms of that left wing position, since Marmoush was not performing well and he got injured as well. And he
Right.
in his personal life also got really settled, Ashbhai, and anybody who knows, who has gotten married, would
Yeah.
understand कि क्या होता है उससे, ठहराव आ जाता है लाइफ में आपके.
Cheat code,
And
भाई,
I
cheat
think
code.
he feels more in City right now like ever before. और कहीं ना कहीं it is also improving his game as well. Now this is only from an outside perspective, because मैंने उसके जो interviews सुने हैं, they're very very calm and he's very relaxed in a way that he understands what Pep wants from him, and he knows he can deliver it, and that is why the performances are also coming. With respect to Haaland, bhai, I think irrespective of whether Foden was performing, irrespective of whether Cherki was performing or not, I think Haaland would have performed. And it is only down to his mentality and nothing else. By Ash, bhai, I think I've never seen someone prior to CR7. He's the only person who has had that kind of mentality. He just wants to score goals. And this particular season, I think last season when we were humbled by Arsenal, and the way he got trolled after that famous saying "stay humble," and then it reverted back to him. I think he also realized that every time you cannot be cocky, even though he had a sense of humor of it as well, but वो हमेशा अच्छा नहीं लगता. And this season, I think he took it upon himself to make sure that it is his team. So he is acting like a senior pro in that team, Ashbhai. I think
And
Pep
absolutely,
trusts him a
and
lot.
Piyush, I think एक चीज मैंने जरूर नोटिस करी, and आप नितिका and Yudi आप भी बताओ. I think I see a leaner Haaland this season. Haaland was a little bit bulkier last 2 seasons से. I feel Haaland has worked on his fitness a lot. He's looking more agile. He's not looking, very stale. How he used to just walking around that 30-yard area. Now he's just like, I'm gonna go and run. I'm physically feeling more confident. I'm gonna help the team much more than what it's supposed to be, right? I think that's my feedback. But
I
now
think he
slowly,
believes, Ashbhai, he believes, just quickly, Ashbhai, on that. I think there was one video where he launched on his own YouTube, which मतलब आपके
मैंने देखा है
statement
उसको.
को exemplify. He said he had that वो जो man of the match वाला जो नहीं होता है, अपने को पार्कलेस का मिलता है, that bottle something, उसके अंदर कुछ होता है. तो he had this player of the month वाला thing, and he took it, and there was a drum full of ice bath. And it was 3 a.m.
देखा मैंने भी.
And he went
उसका
there
YouTube
and
channel is
he
very
said
funny,
it.
by the way. He's
12 बजे रात
And
के
he
क्या था
said,
कुछ ऐसा.
I want to do it because I really want to have this again. And that is the mentality that you're carrying. Pep even came out and said कि this guy is so disciplined in terms of what he wants to do post game. So सब लोग घर वर जाते हैं, ये भाई 3 घंटे मसाज लेता है, he works on the joints and everything, जिम विम तो वो सब ठीक है. He एक KSI के साथ उसका एक इंटरव्यू था when he collaborated with them, him and Logan, where he was explaining as to what he does prior to sleeping. तो वो बता रहा था कुछ ब्लू कलर के ग्लासेस पहनता है जिससे उसका विजन इंप्रूव होगा. एंड उसका एक बहुत स्ट्रिक्ट रूटीन है कि वो 6 बजे के बाद से फोन नहीं यूज करता है. एंड ही मतलब अब मैं आपको ये बता रहा हूँ कि उसका माइंडसेट उस लेवल का है ऐश भाई कि ही रियली वांट्स टू बी द बेस्ट प्लेयर इन द वर्ल्ड. एंड दैट इज व्हाट आई सॉ इन CR7. दैट इज व्हाई आई सी कि मेंटालिटी वाइज
you need the discipline
more like
to
him.
take your to the next levels, right?
Maybe skill wise he's not as good as Mbappe, maybe not good not as good as, let's say, a Kane, but by in terms of his mentality I think he's ahead of them too. This is what I feel.
Now let's quickly fantastic discussion by the way, and panel. I know Johnny यहाँ पे बोल रहे हैं कि Chelsea will talk about Chelsea as well. अब quickly Nitika will segue into one of the dark horses in this whole Premier League title race. It's the inevitable Mr. Unai Emery. Good evening, Aston Villa. I mean, with the start that Aston Villa had, they are right now in a run of 10 games that they have not even like, it's not even like हारे नहीं है. They have won those games, right? In some games convincing. They have rattled some of the biggest sides in City, and let's say in terms of in Arsenal as well. United, they managed to manage the game pretty well. Question यहाँ पे है कि can Aston Villa do the are they serious title contender, or are they just having that Leicester, that they might just run out of gas? Do you think that they're few injuries away from again going down the same route that they had last season, on the season prior to that?
Hmm. I think before getting to that question, I just wanted to add one more thing about Man City here.
Yes,
That
go for it.
I personally felt that, you know what, every team has a player जो वो represent करता है क्लब को, मतलब जो
हाँ.
क्लब का फेस होता है. No doubt Haaland was पहले भी, जब से वो साइन हुआ है, he has been the face. But एक तो होता है फेस, एक होता है रिलायबिलिटी, कि तुम
Right.
कितना ज्यादा उस बंदे को जानते हो, तुम कितना उससे रिलेट कर पा रहे हो. जैसे फॉर लिवरपूल इट्स मोहम्मद साला, फॉर लिवरपूल इट कैन
हाँ,
बी
हाँ.
वर्जिल वैन डाइक, बट कहीं हद तक इट्स मोहम्मद साला.
मोहम्मद
फॉर
साला.
मैन यूनाइटेड इट इज ब्रूनो फर्नांडिस, कि जिसके साथ तुम एकदम लिंक कर पाओगे, रिलेट कर पाओगे, बच्चे बच्चे को पता होगा. आई
Yep.
थिंक हालैंड वैसा एक नाम था एक टाइम पे. अभी ना वो एक नाम नहीं है, बट अभी वो ऐसा फेस बना है ना जहाँ पे कि तुम उससे बहुत लेवल पे कनेक्ट कर पाओगे. आई डोंट नो हुज आइडिया वाज दैट टू स्टार्ट द यूट्यूब चैनल हालैंड का. आई थिंक
बढ़िया है
उसकी
वो.
खुद का ही आइडिया होगा, जो भी है. बट
Very
आफ्टर
good.
वॉचिंग दैट, आई एम नॉट सेइंग
Nitika
दैट
Di,
आई
he was,
हैव
you
एवर.
know what? Sorry to interrupt you, Nitika Di. He was rapping as well. मतलब वो जब he was younger, he was making rap videos with his
Yeah.
friends in Norway. So he has always
या.
had that entertainment वाला aspect inside him, and he understands the humor element of the. अगर आप देखोगे उसकी Snapchat stories is very funny. He
Yeah.
finds ways to connect with fans, and that is why he's so lovable. I'm so sorry, Reek. Please continue.
No,
Big
no, I
shout out to
absolutely agree
Zinchenko
with
bhai.
you.
Zinchenko bhai, goat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
means I absolutely agree with you with what you are saying about Haaland. I think अभी क्या हो गया है ना, कि जो लोग सिटी फैंस हैं भी नहीं ना, उनको भी हालैंड पसंद आ रहे हैं. तो he has become a face
Hmm.
of, like you can say, a Premier League, or maybe for people he has become that, कि जो ना दूसरे फैंस भी आके देखेंगे और उसको लाइक करेंगे. तो that is what Haaland has become. Because मैं हमेशा बैठती हूँ कि कब उसका अगला YouTube वीडियो आएगा. I have seen when he became a Joker. I have seen when he became a Santa and he went. So it just gives you that connectivity, and you start to like that player no matter how he's doing. So when you're watching a Man City game, if he scores, कहाँ मैं ऐसे होंगे, अरे यार ये हार जाएं, but मुझे ना
अरे
हालैंड के लिए
he,
खुशी होगी. तो
you see him in the
एक
matches, Nitika. Comes off as a very arrogant guy, and then when you see him in real life, he's like Pookie है वो. He's actually
एग्जैक्टली
Pookie.
बहुत.
Who,
Like,
Haaland?
एग्जैक्टली.
हाँ, Haaland Pookie है
He's
भाई.
अरे
very sweet. He's very sweet. Like बहुत
फिर
प्यारा
तो
सा
वाला डांस स्टेप
sometimes
करना
जो
चाहिए उसको बंदूक के साथ.
नहीं नहीं, I mean, honestly,
भाई
this is
Ash bhai, tell me one thing. Pound for pound, player for player, number
right,
10 and front three positions for Man City. No one can come near that. No one in the Premier
hmm,
League is near that. Haaland,
right,
Doku, Cherky, Ryan Diaz included, and Foden. ये पांच player
Foden.
भाई, no
And
caliber.
if Savinho leaves, Semenyo, a burst of pace like crazy. ये same ये डर का माहौल पैदा करेगा सिटी. I think मेरे हिसाब से if Liverpool does not fix their shit this season or the next season, tactically and transfer wise, we will see Man City dominating again the next 3 years. Whether Pep stays or not, because the crop of players right now Man City is coming up with, they have with Nico O'Reilly stepping up, right? It's gonna be absolutely insane. Yeah, chat में KV reacts है Arsenal panelist का. Arsenal KV, I'm gonna have a separate session with you and possibly Daksh on Arsenal. Like take a proper deep dive करेंगे on Arsenal, because we need to talk Arsenal as well. Aston Villa के जाने के बाद we'll dive into Arsenal as well, because Arsenal is on top of the league as well. But KV reacts, please chat if you're on the chat. Please subscribe to KV reacts as well. Very very fun guy, very fun channel bhai. Gaming streams and football streams as well. Top by top. Um, Aston Villa, Nitika, I was asking you, right?
yeah.
Dark horses. What do you like about Aston Villa? And the question is, are they just one injury away from capitulating? And which is that player, by the way?
I,
क्योंकि मेरे पास एक question है. Actually, I have a question actually ready. That name one player at each club where if they get a long-term injury, the title team is finished. So like to just segue into that a bit.
I think Aston Villa can go the extra mile this season, but I still feel कि ऐसा नहीं है कि वो टाइटल जीत जाएंगे. डेफिनेटली चैलेंज करने वाले हैं वो, एंड टॉप 4 टॉप 5 फिनिश उनके लिए रहे, दैट बी रियली गुड बिकॉज they have a solid squad, but more than that, they have a very, very good manager. Unai Emery is somebody that knows how to win, who has a very good
Right,
European experience as well. You know that, so
right,
which is why somewhere or the other, I'm very confident with Aston Villa squad just because of Unai Emery. I think he has
right,
that in him that he can go the extra mile. But still, the test is Arsenal and Man City. It's not going to be easy at all, especially now that you see जिस positions पे वो लोग हैं. और अभी
right,
भी पॉइंट डिफरेंस है थोड़ा, तो उसको कवर अप करने में, ये फॉर्म मेंटेन करने में बहुत सारे, और आपको जैसे आप बोल रहे हो 1 इंजरी अवे, सो यू नीड टू बी रेडी टू इवन साइन प्लेयर्स नाउ. अगर
hmm,
आप वो बड़ा खेलना चाह रहे हो तो आपको वो बड़े जैसे इन्वेस्ट करना भी पड़ेगा. आई एम नॉट सेइंग कि बिग बक्स ऑन लाइक 100 मिलियन साइनिंग नहीं, मैं बोल रही हूँ कि यू जस्ट हैव टू स्पेंड वेयर यू फील दैट कहीं ना कहीं आपका क्लब लैक कर रहा है कई पोजीशंस पे. इस सीजन
yes.
उन्होंने चेल्सी को ये आर्सेनल को हराया है, सिटी को हराया है, हमसे हारे हैं. आई डोंट नो हाउ लाइक दैट हैज हैपेंड,
I
बट
was very
ओवरऑल
surprised
आई
in that game, you know, with Aston
Me, they
Villa in that
actually had
Anfield game.
two shots that hit the post on the far post. Morgan Rogers के
Yeah,
थे.
Morgan Rogers के थे.
या
Yeah, but I think they sliced through in the first half. They sliced through our midfield easily.
नहीं,
We just
overall
got lucky.
intensity missing थी लिवरपूल against Anfield,
उनकी भी
completely
इंटेंसिटी
Aston Villa.
ऑफ ही थी भाई. मतलब लिवरपूल
हाँ,
पर like technically हम निकल गए,
या
right.
but तब भी I think the
Yeah.
game was completely low quality.
Yes, yes, yes. Yeah, yeah. So,
ट्रू.
Len rightly pointed out, UD, uh, can we say this right now? I know it might be a big statement. ठीक है, कि like um, I know a lot of focus is on Morgan Rogers, but the most important player for Aston Villa is John McGinn. Do you feel that
Yes, he's rock
once he's
solid
back?
on that flank. He is rock solid, bro. But I still feel without Morgan Rogers, they will suffer more. जॉन मैकगिन है मेरे हिसाब से, मैंने इसको देखा है कंसिस्टेंट लेवल पे. चलो अब ही इज देयर, बट इफ यू एक्चुअली सी हिज सीजनल attribute as a player, right? Like the physical monster that he used to be, he is a
Right.
shadow of his former self. Like जितना मैंने देखा है, for Scotland for sure he stepped up massively, but in the Villa outfit also against you guys, he was struggling in certain sequences. Like it was a 50-50 dueling situation. मतलब ऐसा नहीं था कि वो
Right.
सब जीत रहा था. इनफैक्ट जो टर्नओवर हुए थे यूनाइटेड के, वो
Right.
मैकगेन के पोजेशन लूज करने से ही हुए थे. लाइक इट वाज लाइक मैकगेन हैज टू बी हेल्ड अकाउंटेबल फॉर व्हाट वेंट डाउन, बिकॉज़ आई थिंक विदाउट मॉर्गन रॉजर्स दीस गाइस आर नोवेयर.
Nowhere.
देन कुछ नहीं कर
Hmm.
पाएंगे ये मॉर्गन रॉजर्स के बिना. हाँ, ऐसा
Is
लग
he
रहा
is
है,
he as good as Cole Palmer? I like to believe that he is.
बट
Do you
नॉट फॉर
think?
इन दैट नंबर 10 पोजीशन लेफ्ट. वही क्या बात कर रहे हैं ना, वी वर टॉकिंग अबाउट हाउ द लीग हैज
Hybrid
चेंज्ड.
profiler. Hmm.
Huh, he is a hybrid profile, but for England, I think he doesn't prefer playing him in that position. Like, I'll tell you, this is what I feel. Ki the league has shifted from playing very wide to playing very narrow now. Pep Guardiola is doing that, Arne Slot is doing it, and so are other teams. So Morgan Rogers is also like become a half playmaker, uh, half space winger in a way. जो inside forward भी जाता है ज़्यादातर, but at the same time, he is not as wide as what you would see other wingers doing.
Right.
So I think it's just a tactical shift in the league, which will again it might change in the next season. But this
Correct.
season, I think people are going for it. They want to be more direct.
Right. I
And
know. I
Morgan
know.
Rogers
UD.
is the perfect
Yeah. Yeah.
emulation.
Yeah. I think Nitika has just a few minutes left before you leave, guys. A lot of people watching. Please, before Nitika leaves, please make sure to subscribe IndieCop on YouTube and Instagram. Nitika, uh, next 5 games. A question to you before you leave: are Liverpool there, or have you lost faith with Liverpool in terms of the title race, or you feel like this 5 games are not going to decide where Liverpool is going this season? Do you still feel they are still outsiders, or you're like, nahi yaar, let's focus on the next season, Champions League most?
यू नो मैं फेथ लूज तो तब करूंगी जब मैंने शुरू से बिलीव भी किया होगा कि वी आर गोइंग टू विन द लीग. आई एम टेलिंग यू वेरी ऑनेस्टली, इवन विद द साइनिंग्स एंड एवरीथिंग, आई वाज वेरी लाइक ट्रू टू द फैक्ट दैट हमने प्लेयर्स डेफिनेटली साइन किए, बट देयर आर सो मेनी प्लेयर्स हु हैव लेफ्ट द क्लब. तो मेरे लिए, मैं शुरू से बोलती आई हूँ कि दिस इज अ ट्रांजिशन सीजन फॉर लिवरपूल.
Right.
People will say you have spent so much money, then how can you say that? Because of that reason, because we've not done that in many years. As in, we would sign 1 or 2 players and we will continue with the season, but this time
Hmm.
जो क्रूशियल पोजीशंस पे जहां से अपने को आउटपुट चाहिए, एक तो अपना आउटपुट प्रोड्यूस करने वाला बंदा चला गया जो मेजरली करता था. और उसके जगह जो हम प्लेयर्स लेके आए हैं उनको एक साथ बनने में टाइम लगेगा। मैंने ये बोला था,
राइट
मुझे लग रहा था कि शायद 5-6 महीना लगेगा, बाकी जो ओल्ड प्लेयर्स है वो वैसे ही कंसिस्टेंटली खेलेंगे,
but
सो
it's
आई वाज
been
अंडर दैट
17 games
इम्प्रेशन।
now.
सॉरी।
But it's been 17 games now, and like
Exactly.
then
Exactly.
you
It did
start
not
asking
happen that
questions.
way because
Yeah,
because you see, Salah was not performing at that level. Gakpo was not performing at that level. McAllister
right,
अभी तक वो लेवल पकड़ नहीं पाया है। सिर्फ सोबोस्लाई है जो कि
right,
उस लेवल पे परफॉर्म कर रहे हैं। वैन डाइक को नाटे नहीं कर रहे हैं उस लेवल पे परफॉर्म। तो
right,
कहीं ना कहीं आप कैसे एक्सपेक्ट कर लोगे एक ऐसे स्क्वाड से जो कि बहुत लास्ट मिनट विंस निकाल रहा था स्टार्टिंग ऑफ द सीजन में, एंड देन स्लम्प, एंड देन अभी दोबारा से अपना फुटिंग पकड़ने की कोशिश कर रहा है। तो इट्स नॉट लाइक
right.
आई हैड एवर फेल्ट दैट वी आर गोइंग टू रिटेन द टाइटल, बट मुझे ऐसे था कि थोड़ा डिसेंट सीजन रहे, टॉप 4 में फिनिश कर लें, दैट इज इट। तो इट्स नॉट लाइक आई एम लूजिंग माय स्लीप ओवर इट कि अरे हम टाइटल हार जाएंगे, ये सब ये मेरे दिमाग
Okay,
में
okay.
नहीं है। आई जस्ट
Fair.
वांट कि अगर हम ये एक सीजन ले भी रहे हैं ना, तो वो वैसे ले कि दिस टीम इज गोइंग समवेयर राइट, लाइक ट्रेजेक्टरी सही पकड़े, शायद अगले सीजन में उसका इम्पैक्ट दिखने लग जाएगा। मेरा शुरू से
Yes.
वही था। But in case Man City, Arsenal, they decide to like really lose the lead that they have, I am all in. Then Liverpool should definitely go ahead and fix the problems and win the title. But it is going to be a very big but because सारी teams ने form पकड़ लिया है,
Right.
हमको भी पकड़ना बाकी है। जब पकड़ लिया तब मैं बोल दूंगी yes we are included, तब तक I don't
Fair.
think so.
Fair. Chalo, fantastic.
Also, just last thing I want to say
Yes.
before going,
Absolutely.
this Arsenal and Man City का title race जो चल रहा है, पहली बार आई एम सीइंग सच कॉन्ट्रडिक्शन इन द टाइटल रेस, क्योंकि अगर आप देखो
Right.
आर्सेनल का डिपेंडेंसी ऑन सेट पीसेस इज अ लॉट, वी
A
ऑल
lot.
नो दैट, ईदर इट्स
Absolutely.
कॉर्नर्स, फ्री किक्स, पेनल्टीज, व्हाटएवर, उनका डिपेंडेंसी ऑन सेट पीसेस इज अ लॉट। वहीं आप मैन सिटी देखो, I think they have not scored any goal from set pieces this season, be it corners, penalty,
So
nothing at
we
all, like
have
zero.
the. I mean, in last few games, if not watched, I think Guardiola has scored two, Diaz has scored one, and there's one more goal there. So yeah, right now, initially we were very bad, but I think after the second international break, I don't know, City have somehow found a way to score from corners. So I think Guardiola scored two, Diaz had scored one more goal in the corner, and there was one more goal that I don't remember. मतलब तीन चार हमने भी अब मार दिए, by the way. But I get
Right.
the point. I get the point.
Like
Initially, it was very
that
very
is the
contrast.
stark difference, yeah exactly। तो जिसकी वजह से आप देखोगे ओपन प्ले से गोल्स मारना जो कि सिटी कर रहा है, बहुत बढ़िया से टॉप गोल स्कोरर्स हैं, तो आई थिंक वो एक बहुत बड़ा फैक्टर है। लाला के ऑफिस में है क्या?
लाला गया है कार के कुछ
ऑफिस का काम रैप अप कर दिया मैंने, अब मैं गाड़ी ठीक करवाने आया हूं।
हाँ, ये ऐसी
हॉलीडे
ये हाय
चालू हो
अच्छा
गए
है
वॉल्यूम है।
भाई,
आपके?
बाय गाइस, बाय, आई एम गोइंग।
हाय
हमारी रोज
ये
ही
ठीक है,
हॉलीडे
थैंक्स
रहती है पीयूष भाई।
thanks Nitika for joining the stream, by the way. Glad, please chat, please subscribe to Nitika as well. Lala bhai, what's up bhai, what's good?
बढ़िया, आप बताओ।
भाई नहीं डिस्कस कर रहे हैं टाइटल रेस, एस्टन विला की बात छिड़ी हुई है। एक क्वेश्चन उस पे
Yeah.
आया था एंड वही क्वेश्चन था कि इज एस्टन विला वन इंजरी अवे फ्रॉम कैपिचुलेटिंग, या यू थिंक नहीं यार इस सीजन कुछ अलग ही लग रही है एस्टन विला, एंड अगर सही फॉर्म मेंटेन रख पाई दे कैन एक्चुअली गो एंड चैलेंज द टाइटल रेस।
यार चैलेंज वैलेंज तो अभी बहुत फार फेच्ड है मेरे हिसाब से। तो आई थिंक कल एक बंदे ने बहुत सही लिखा था चैट में कमेंट की ना, शायद आप
हाँ,
भी थे वहां पे, कि फुल ऑन ना वो जेन मोड में चल रही है अभी, वो फुल ऑन
फ्लो
वाइब्स
स्टेट
पे चल
फ्लो
रही है।
स्टेट फ्लो स्टेट
फ्लो
फ्लो स्टेट।
स्टेट, यस। तो आई
हाँ,
स्टिल बिलीव उसी पे ही चल रही है। ऑफ कोर्स एमरी इज डूइंग हिज वर्क एज वेल, बट आई थिंक देयर विल बी अ मोमेंट जहां पे उनका वो ड्रॉप ऑफ आएगा 3-4 मैचेस का, जहां पे फिर वो टॉप 2 टॉप 3 से 5th 6th पे फिनिश कर जाएं। बट आई थिंक अब
yeah,
फाइनली वो यूरोप फिनिश कर जाएंगे मेरे हिसाब से।
right, fair. UD also had to leave because of office as well. Piyush, you are here for a few minutes before we wrap up the
Yeah,
stream in few, है ना
yeah.
तो थोड़ा डिस्कस करेंगे चेल्सी के बारे में, थोड़ा डिस्कस करते हैं, थोड़ा एस्टन विला के बारे में थोड़ा डीप डाइव करेंगे डेफिनेटली।
यार टेटा ना गड़बड़ कर रहा है।
क्या हुआ, आर्टेटा क्या कर दिया गड़बड़? आर्टेटा ने क्या गड़बड़ कर दिया? क्या हो गया लाला? अरे लाला भाई चलो भाई
कह रहे आर्टेटा
यहाँ
ने
पे
गड़बड़ कर दिया।
चलो भाई प्लीज लाइक द स्ट्रीम गाइस। एज भाई सेमेन्यो आ रहा है, टॉप 4 पैक कर लो और लाला को बोलो अपनी प्लेलिस्ट में
यूरोपा लीग
यूरोपा
का
लीग का
एंथम ऐड।
एंथम ऐड करो। मैं तो भाई मैं इस पे एक्चुअली आई एम वेटिंग आफ्टर फ्यू गेम्स, मैंने वो टेम्पलेट सेव करके रखी है पीयूष, टू पुट ऑन माय इंस्टा। You know the banger anthem that Liverpool is gonna listen going forward to the next season. I wish नितिका होती यहाँ पे मैं बोलता उनको, ठीक है?
अरे भाई,
तो मैं एक बैंटर स्ट्रीम प्रॉपर करने वाला हूँ भाई. Mo is here. Thank you so much Mo भाई. Obviously joining in the chat. हम लोग ये भी शशि के स्ट्रीम पे भी करे थे हम लोगों ने. आर्टेटा ने
yeah.
लाला को किक कर दिया. पीयूष, let's talk about Aston Villa a bit more. I think props to Unai Emery, right? कि you know भाई तुम and मैं दिखा रहा था like एस्टन विला के yes yes thank you love you भाई भाई love to the chat भाई मैं मतलब जो भी even the new people who come onto my channel ना they actually love. मैं बाद में मेरे को एक WhatsApp आती है कि they love my chat, you know, because they
I do. I have said that on record, Ash bhai. I think
very
your
civil chat.
Discord, your chat, it is one of the most intellectual that there is. And kudos to you, bhai, because of you, because of Udi bhai, because of Lala bhai. There are far more people now who have discovered me. And when they come, be it Fresh, be it Nakul, be it so many people who've discovered me through you, they come and they always, they first of all, they're very, very nice people in general because they don't talk anything which is inappropriate. And they always have some of the other things that you learn from. So I personally learn a lot from these people. So
Absolutely.
I have to say that. I have to say that, Ash bhai. Your chat is top notch.
No, absolutely. And this is, I mean, fantastic. And I always give like my growth to the channel. I give it to my subscribers and my chat. भाई बढ़िया यहाँ पे yes ये Mo बोल रहे saw you on goal है exactly है Mo and Mo
Goal
knows
हुए?
पीयूष भाई. पहली बार he
अच्छा,
discovered
okay,
you
okay,
there. हाँ.
okay,
The
okay,
race to
okay.
Anton Semenyo will not be a long one. Bournemouth are pushing him to make the choice as they need to find the right replacement for him. Okay, भाई obviously. See, ये deal चलेगी by till the end of the window. Like let's talk to Aston. Let's talk about Aston Villa. You know, Unai Emery. रुको, let me share something. You know, I'm gonna show something, guys. रुको, Aston Villa का ना एक मैं कल देख रहा था ट्रांसफर मार्केट में. Like I was क्लब प्रोफाइल देख रहा था. मैं शेयर करता हूँ स्क्रीन, ठीक है?
Yeah.
एक बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग चीज मैंने देखी एंड दिस इज वेयर पीपल नीड टू एक्नॉलेज एस्टन विला अ लॉट, right? And chat, please, if you are new to the channel, please subscribe to Ash Talks Football if you're liking the stream here, and please subscribe to Piyush as well if you are loving what you're hearing right now. If you see league rankings over the years, मैं इस पे क्लिक करके जाऊंगा. अबे जल्दी खुल जा. हाँ चलो. You know, they got relegated इस सीजन. सब स्क्रीन देख पा रहे हैं ना यहाँ पे? If
Yeah,
everyone can
yeah.
see, yes. So they got relegated. Then they finished 13th. फिर 4th आए, 5th आए. और उसके बाद I think they won the playoffs and then they qualified into the Premier League. फिर they had a very languishing,
Yeah.
like very bad, poor season under, I think कौन सा manager था? I don't remember. Yeah, I think this time
I think
17. Yeah, Dean Smith. Dean Smith was the manager.
Dean Smith. Yeah,
फिर Dean Smith
Smith.
के अंडर वो लोग
Dean Smith
11
and then
आए.
followed by Gerrard.
Steven Gerrard, right? तो यहाँ
Yeah.
पे they were not like taking the ambitions right. Unai, I'm gonna like zoom यहाँ पे थोड़ा सा, ठीक है? And if you see, you know, Unai Emery जब से आया, you know, after getting sacked to Arsenal, obviously they were not scoring enough goals, you know, 51 goals, but you know, they finished somehow 7th. If you see the last 3 seasons, 4th. 76 goals they scored in that 23-24 season, all like Ollie Watkins and a lot of like, you know, players that absolutely stepped up. Unai Emery has improved this squad like 7 folds, took them to the Champions League. Then they missed out on the last day because Man United were very good in that last game. 3rd right now with 27 goals already scored. You know, historical rankings को लेकर आप भी अगर देखो, will Unai like is Unai Emery the most underrated manager there is right now in world football?
So I don't know, Ajbhai, how do we define underrated? Because I don't wanna say this because people hate me for saying this again and again. I honestly believe he's the second best manager after Pep Guardiola in the league. Bhai. I honestly believe that.
Wow,
in terms
fantastic.
of I rate him ahead of Arteta, and I made a video on it. And I explained as to why I think it's just my opinion. People
and
would
I
not
feel
agree, of course.
Arteta, and I feel Arsenal jumped the gun with Unai Emery very soon. You know, with Arsenal.
Yeah,
right.
100%, 100%.
Continue.
And this is what this is where I feel Arsenal were very right in appointing him post Wenger, because they identified something very good in him, and that is why he was appointed there. But
Right.
and again, Ashbhai, this is one of the best evidence that there is, which you just showed, ki there has been a consistent progression. This is not a fluke season for Villa. They have been
Right.
consistent. One thing which we equated with the best teams in Premier League always were their home records. So one more element that I read about, they're very good at home. They just don't lose any home games at Villa Park. Their record is impeccable. Be it any team, any team that goes to Villa Park finds it very difficult
Right.
to win that game. So they have
Correct.
made that their fortress as well. And
Yeah.
with the financial constraint, why people don't understand how difficult it is when you are headed with that PSR thing. People
Right.
like Diaby went, people like I think who else was there who was playing on the wing? I don't Leon
Yeah,
Bailey,
Leon
and
Bailey. Leon
these
Bailey.
are quality players
Yeah.
that they had already left, but they still somehow found way to be relevant. And I think this season we were
Correct.
discussing yesterday, Ashbhai, even though Villa have performed really well, it is not one man show. It is not a Watkins show. Watkins, to be fair, has been very pathetic this season. He
This
has
season, by
scored, I
the way.
think, 2 or 3 goals. Yeah. So having said that, bhai, I think he there is something about this particular manager, bhai. I don't know. I really want to learn more about him. But आप इसकी
Right.
trajectory देखो तो even after doing so well at Sevilla,
Yeah.
he is the same guy who defeated Jurgen Klopp in his first final in Europa League. He was
Absolutely
manager
right.
of Sevilla. Then he came. Then he came to England. In the first season, when with that Arsenal struggling Arsenal, he took them to Europa League final, which unfortunately they lost to Chelsea, because Chelsea were
Chelsea.
brilliant that game.
Too good,
Chelsea
man.
were brilliant that game. But on the road, they defeated so many good teams. Then he went
Yep.
to Villarreal. With Villarreal, he first went on to win the Europa League. Then in the subsequent year, he went to Champions League
United knows it, right?
semi-final. Huh. Again, you were on the receiving end. Then he went to Champions League semi-final, where
Right.
they lost to the Liverpool team that was touted to be the favorite that season.
Correct.
So
Correct.
his
Correct.
trajectory is very good. His pedigree is really good. I think there is a very he's understanding of the game is so unique that there
Right.
is no fixed thing that he does, unlike most of the English managers I've seen, or most of the, let's say, Dutch manager I've seen, who are very fixated in as to what they want to do with their team. This
Correct.
guy switches it mid game, and there are very few
Ah.
managers like that in the world which I've seen.
And
Though
he
by
uses
beach
the
mein he
bench very well. He uses the bench very well.
very
The
well,
timings of the bench
very well,
absolutely
Ashbhai.
top tier way.
Yeah, and I am not surprised. I am surprised by the way the Villa has handled him, because जिस तरह की performances पहले आ रही थी, Villa of yesteryears might have मतलब sacked him, because they had done it with Gerrard, they had done it with Dean Smith as well. जहाँ पर 10-12 गेम अगर खराब होते हैं, they just send you back. But they
Right.
believed in him, and now they are reaping the rewards as well. With respect to their title races challenge, I think Ashbhai, the litmus test again is this window, from starting from this game week till
Right.
January ends. I think they play every big team that we've discussed earlier as well. If they can come out of these fixture swing, let's say in third position or in fourth position, I
Right.
seriously think they can surprise a lot of team, because people don't understand the value of these fixtures right now. जब Leicester भी जब title के लिए जा रही
Right.
थी, तो nobody took them seriously, even till game week 33 सब लोग बोलते नहीं अभी Leicester गिर जाएगी. But
Right.
this is where the litmus test is for them, because they are going to play Chelsea, they are going to play United, they are going to play no, United they played, they are going to play
They played
Arsenal, they are going
already.
to play Liverpool, they are going to play Newcastle. So every away
उन,
big fixture is going to come in this window now. So
उनकी
I
उनकी
think this is the
fixtures अभी
litmus
इस टाइम
test.
पे, हाँ उनके fixtures अभी इस टाइम पे, if you see this weekend they're playing Chelsea at home, उसके
Yeah,
away actually, Chelsea at away,
yeah,
Arsenal away, then Nottingham and Crystal Palace. By the way, Crystal Palace is slowly having a slump. I think that's a winnable fixture. Everton is a winnable fixture. Newcastle can be very unpredictable. That's a winnable fixture considering how Newcastle is playing. Brentford is a winnable fixture. Bournemouth is a winnable fixture. So, apart from the Chelsea and Arsenal game, I actually see Aston Villa securing 15 to 16 points. So if 15 to 16 points in the next 7 games, that's still good enough to at least sustain them at least a third place and be there and thereabouts. For them, and Piyush, pata hai, something that Aston Villa struggles with is their operating revenue model. Lot of their
yeah,
80% of their wages are actually 80% of the revenue are wasted on wages, which they're able
yeah,
to solve with Jacob Ramsey sell, but they still haven't done because they got a fine by UEFA as well
yeah,
for
yeah,
profit and sustainability rules as well. Uh, I think what they did last season pretty well was the loan deals. And let me know what you think.
Yeah,
I know they can't buy people right now, but Rashford or Asensio ke loan deals were pretty
Asensio.
good, right? So do you
Yeah.
see them pulling off another loan deal, or you think Unai Emery looks at Daniel Marlin and Buendia is like, no, these are my Rashfords and the Asensios for last season,
That's a beautiful point, Ashbhai, and that is one way to look at it when you're struggling financially in terms of you cannot get the players that you want to, even
right?
though you have the project, you have the infrastructure, you have the manager to push one more level, you just are somehow constrained. This
Right,
loan deal system is really going to be very interesting when it comes to Villa, and I think
right,
they kind of उनके साथ भी वही प्रॉब्लम हो गई आई थिंक, आज भाई, जो शायद यूनाइटेड के साथ हुई थी. दे जस्ट स्पेंड अ लॉट ऑफ मनी in players that they shouldn't have, and now they're just managing those wages until they're out
right,
of the team,
right.
or their academies also suffered a lot. So I have
Yep.
not seen anybody apart from Jack Grealish to come out from that academy. उसके पहले there were few people, अगर आपको याद होगा, Akban Lahore and few
Akbar Lahore.
others who
Yeah,
came
yeah,
from
yeah.
that academy. And Birmingham per se is a very very beautiful footballing city. It's a very rich
Absolutely. Birmingham and Aston
footballing
Villa
city.
is a massive rivalry going on there in terms of the
Yeah.
derby.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and I kind of think ki, since they cannot influx those youngsters in this team, the only choice that they are left with if they want to compete in Europe is by securing those loan deals. And I
Yeah.
feel once they secure a top four position again and they are in the Champions League conversation, they'll have enough revenue in terms of the prize money that you get by qualifying, and the revenue that you generate by TV just because you're playing in a Champions League
हाँ
night,
पीयूष
that
एक
it is going to
एक
help them
होम
out.
गेम पे एक होम गेम पे you can earn 8 million euros by the way per home
Yeah.
game. So if you're talking about 6 to 7 home games in that league phase, 5 or 6 home games, that's like already like 50 million वहां आ रहे हैं, 100 million just to stay in the group stage. And Aston Villa is a decent enough squad that can actually qualify for the next round. तो वहां पे
Yeah.
revenue आई 50 million, close to a war chest, transfer war chest could be generated close to 200 million for the next upcoming transfer windows as well. So when
Yeah.
people say अगर एक टीम अगर cap like I'll tell something about even the likes of Chelsea as well. Let's talk about Chelsea as well, right, Piyush? Because
Yeah.
I know Chelsea came off a fantastic high with Club World Cup, but I don't think so their primary objective was ever to win the title. I think for Chelsea, sustaining another Champions League season, qualification season, would still be a decent enough season. But because let's be honest, uh, the defense is still not that great to sustain a title challenge. Do you think? And
Yeah.
I've said this time and time again, Piyush, Chelsea, if they have to be really serious in terms of winning the Premier League, they have to invest in proper marquee, experienced central defenders. What's your take on
Yeah.
Chelsea and where this project is going on right now? Because bhai, it's been a mess, right, in terms of what they're doing.
It's exactly, Ashway. And I think the hardest of Chelsea fan would also agree with that they don't want to see
Right,
their club like this, where you are just buying and selling everything just in order to be relevant. Everybody wants to see a player
right,
to play for 3, 4, 5 years and get connected with
right,
those fans, because I think nobody understands what this ownership is doing. some
right,
some positive mindset वाले लोग ये बोलते हैं कि now they are getting their act together. I still don't know. I don't trust the American capitalist at all, bhai. I don't understand their
right,
philosophies, and I don't understand what value they add to this particular beautiful game that we all love. This is the case
right,
with Glazers. This has been the case with Chelsea owners and so many others. But having said that, bhai, you've hit the nail on the head by saying that in order for you to compete, I mean Chelsea to compete, you need to have a solid center back pairing, at least 2 or 3 center backs that you
right.
can rely on every game week. And I think I am really sorry to say, but you don't have the Chelsea. Does not have that solidity. People tell me that it is because Levi Colwill got injured. No, I don't think so. It is that. अगर Levi Colwill होता तो भी Levi Colwill was not a Thiago Silva, in my
Right.
opinion. He was good, but he was not as good as, let's say, कि
Not even
you can
Fofana,
ride
not
on
the
him.
likes of Tosin. Exactly. These
No,
are
they're
not. These are
just too
decent players, but
indisciplined. They're just too
exactly.
indisciplined. Fofana
Yeah.
can give you like a 60-minute good game, then he just has one head loss moment, and you can never trust them in a
Trust.
title race, in a serious title race. You have to
Right.
bite a lot of bullet. By as by you would
Absolutely.
second to that. People like Rio and Vidic were so superior to most of the strikers, but they understood when they wanted to show aggression and when they wanted to keep their calm, so that it helped the team in the longer run. And that is what was inherited by a lot of United youngsters growing up, be it Gerrard,
Yeah.
PK, and so many other who went on to achieve so many things.
Yes. Yes.
So
Correct.
that is where I think Chelsea somehow is missing. Maybe they should have, similar to what you just said, right, after Thiago Silva, I think they should have gotten someone who adds value in terms of experience and know-how of how to grind those results.
Yes.
They're trusting too much youngsters for me,
Correct.
and
Correct.
which
Correct.
might look very beautiful, but in longer term, it is just not sustainable, because you're
Correct. Correct.
competing with likes of Arsenal and City, who are
Yeah.
just there is no defense like Arsenal. That, let's just
Absolutely.
put it that way.
And this
In
has been a
Europe,
work
you
of
wouldn't
lot
see
of
anybody.
transfer windows.
Yeah, hundred
It has been
percent.
a work of lot of transfer. And Gaurav, I like to take this comment. Um, I would like to take this comment because I wanted to show, and this is not a Premier League per se. I was talking about the Champions League revenue. When you, and this is an article on Athletic and a BBC article. Maybe if you join Discord, I'll put that link on Discord. आप लोग जरूर जाके वो article पढ़िएगा from BBC that exactly explain how Champions League revenue match day turnout happens, and this is where teams where Arsenal आज इस point पे इसलिए because they're able to qualify for Champions League season after season. Not only that, they finish second as well. And मैं Piyush, this is a fantastic thing I want to show right now. And लोगों को लगता है ना कि how finishing in the top 10, if you see, is so vital. Look at the earnings you might in the end get. Liverpool, when they won the season last season, 175 million तक उन लोगों ने earn की थी. But I'm gonna switch this chat off. Southampton, who got relegated, got paid 109 million.
Oh
You
God,
see, that's the
this is the
revenue payments you get from the Premier League itself, right? From merit, from equal share, from facility fees, from equal share. Not only that, the amount of money these clubs earn through TV rights as well. So मैं बता सकता हूँ आपको right now कि Southampton, when they got relegated, Ipswich and Leicester City, when they got relegated, उन लोग आराम से close to, they got earnings up to 150 to 200 million at the end of the, even if they got relegated. So the prospect of playing in the Premier League is fantastic. And also look at
yeah,
Brentford. Brentford finished like mid-table, like 8, I think 9th, right? They got
yeah.
138 million. So, and they also sold Mbumo. So imagine the war chest that they have. So this is a staggering stat and an insight to how and why finishing in the Champions League places is so vital. And that's why
So
I keep
vital.
on
Yeah,
saying, right? यहाँ पे मनवीर का एक चैट यहाँ पे Ash talks, भाई, do you think not playing UCL is kind of benefit for United, or is it opposite? I think in the long run it's damn bad. Absolutely correct. I want United to be playing Champions League football week in, week out, because of the revenue that might generate. We have a lot of debt that we need to clear off, right? We have to clear off our line of credit जो हम उठाते हैं because of transfer window. Like, how do fans think that we manage our transfer windows? It's line of credit, by the way. And the
yeah,
revenues we generate, we keep on using that to clear off our debt slowly in a very slow manner. मेरे पास एक और भी उसका stat है, मैं ढूंढ नहीं पा रहा था उसको. But this is where it's interesting. I'm gonna say this: Champions League qualification will make sure that your transfer window keeps on getting refurnished. जब आप
yeah.
मिस करने लगते हो यूरोप ना, you first of all lose the interest of attracting the best talents to your club, and also you lose out on massive TV revenue as well. Having
Correct.
said that, एक चीज है कि एक टीम rebuild और transition phase पे है, and then people would say actually not playing Europe is actually a blessing in disguise. That works on a certain aspect, but if you still see the inconsistencies in the team still playing weekly once now, then you start questioning ki no, hamari squad, and people talk about the squad utilization na. I feel playing
Yeah,
in another competition would have actually helped us utilize our squad in a much better way rather than us playing every
correct,
one week, because अब उगारते हैं ना मेनू,
correct,
किसी को चांस मिल ही नहीं रहा है, right? So people need to
correct.
understand. And यहाँ पे लावण्य बोल रहे हैं कि ऐश बहन, पीयूष भाई, आपके इतने बढ़िया कॉन्टैक्ट्स कैसे बने स्ट्रीमिंग में? मैं ट्राई करा स्ट्रीमिंग, बट अकेला बंदा कितना ही बोले. sometimes I feel that obviously आपको energy बनानी रखनी पड़ती है in the streams as well. Like talk passionately. Like first of all, you have to talk passionately and do not fear to like have your opinions there out there. And I would certainly suggest that when you keep your opinions ना थोड़ा सा पीछे से back it with your numbers and your facts and figures as well. That adds more credibility to what you say as well. That helps you build more credibility as a creator. Do you agree on that, Piyush? I think we need
Beautifully
to
put up,
creators
Ash
as
bhai.
है ना, responsible होना पड़ेगा
100%.
हमको creators, right?
100%. And I'll just say, Lavanya, I mean, not long ago, I was also alone. And I don't know how I found such beautiful people like Ashbhai and everybody. But what I'll tell you, if you are really serious about this thing, just do it. Don't worry about anything. Don't worry about the
Exactly.
numbers. Don't worry about the, just back your own instincts, just back your opinion. And I think if you're good at it, people are going to find you. People are going to collaborate with you. Ash, I just want to take this moment and say this again.
Yes.
Ashbhai was so good to me, and I was starting that beautiful stream that I had a very broader vision of. And I think I asked
Right.
few people, and those people were not. I think they didn't understand what I wanted to tell them as to what I want this show to be. Ash
Right.
Bhai and I had just one conversation, and he just believed in me, and he said, "Yes, Piyush, I'll do it with you." And even though that
Of course, man.
episode was just one hour long, but we had such a quality conversation, and
We need
I
to do a longer
understood that
one.
about
We need to
myself.
do a longer one
Yeah,
next
of
time.
course, Ash Bhai, 100%. We're going to do it. We're going to do
Yeah.
it, and that is my promise to you, because I want to now that I've matured in terms of understanding how to do it, it will be even better than the last one which you did. I think Lavanya,
Absolutely.
मैं बस यही बोलूंगा कि यार just do it. I mean, don't think too
Just
much
dive
about
into
it.
it.
Just dive into it. People are going to find you out. And Ash Bhai said one of the best things that I've ever heard anybody say about anyone in this community. First of all, this community is beautiful because it always supports you. If you're there, if you're honest
If you're
with your work,
genuine.
people are going to support you.
Yeah.
Genuine people को सब support करते हैं. And also I feel we as fan base in India, football fan base, have a lot of potential, which I think Ash Bhai has a vision of, where he says ki us, if we are very serious now, we can compete with likes of people in Europe. I seriously believe that vision of Ash Bhai.
Absolutely.
You just see what just on this यार, just अभी जो Ash Bhai ने दिखाया आपको, चाहे beat the transfer market वाला website, beat the Premier League वाला revenue model, just put your heart on your hand and tell me, is there anybody in Indian scene doing this? That is why
अरे
Ash
अरे
Bhai is
भाई.
Ash Bhai. I mean, everybody
अरे
in the
अरे big
community
words भाई.
loves and respect him because of this. The work that he puts into these streams, and the know-how, the understanding that he has of so many things,
अरे
such in
भाई.
such a short time. I think I am a
Thank
big
you भाई.
fan of Ash Bhai. Ash Bhai knows that, and this
Thank you
this
भाई.
is how
Thank
you
you.
get inspired by. This is how you get inspired, Lavan. If you're watching the stream, just see what Ash Bhai is doing. Try and take these beautiful things from Ash Bhai, from Lala
अरे
Bhai, from
thank you
so
man.
so many other creators who are
अरे
doing
अरे
so
thank
well
you man.
right now, and then just inculcate those beautiful little things into your own mind, and you'll see the result. That is just what I would say.
Yeah, and वही आप बोल रहे हैं Ash is standout of the crowd. I thanks Gaurav for this statement because see I like मेरा हमेशा से my the first thing I wanted to start this channel is the love of football है ना. तो love of football is the primary thing. Plus I think I feel कि वो passionate discussions, वो football discourse ना मर रहा है पीयूष.
Yeah,
Like I feel sometimes let you and me might argue and disagree on certain points, but once the stream is done, we are fine.
yeah,
That's what I want. The discussion needs to be very like put both sides of the coin on the table and then you let your judgment. Sometimes I feel ki as creators मैं सोचता हूँ कभी कभी कि we are so uh, you know adamant on our point we tend to forget the other perspective. And
correct,
me personally, I have always loved that someone proved me wrong so that I can correct my stance on something, and I will never shy away from doing that. Because let's say I am
correct,
wrong, and मैं Nathan को straight बोला, like, I was being very critical on Diogo Dalo. I give it to Diogo Dalo. And when I saw Diogo Dalo and understood the context of what Diogo Dalo has been through, I started researching on Diogo Dalo. Like,
yeah,
हम बहुत सरफेस लेवल पे कभी भी एनालाइज कर लेते हैं ना. यू हैव टू गो अगेन एंड
correct,
सी यार बंदे को तो भाई किसी भी पोजीशन पे खिलाया गया है. ही नेवर हैड अ स्टेबल पोजीशन, नेवर हैड अ स्टेबल मैनेजर, नेवर हैड अ स्टेबल
yeah,
टैक्टिक्स. एंड देन एक हमेशा वो दूसरा पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू एक रखना बहुत जरूरी है. दिस इज वेयर आई नो एक कॉन्वर्सेशन पड़ी थी, रिमेंबर दैट पेप गॉर्डियोला हैड रिसीव्ड द स्क्वाड, एंड उस पे वी डिस्कस करेंगे,
Yeah.
बट नॉट
Yeah.
नॉट इन डिग ऑन एनीवन, बट इट्स लाइक एक होलिस्टिक फैक्ट्स सामने रख के कॉन्वर्सेशन करेंगे ना, तो इट बिकम्स
Yeah.
वेरी होलिस्टिक. बट पीयूष भाई, कम ऑन मैन, थैंक्स फॉर सो मच फॉर द fantastic word bhai. I mean humbled bhai. नहीं नहीं नहीं,
No,
I
Ash
want
bhai,
to,
I mean, I seriously mean
I
it,
want
Ash bhai. आपको याद होगा Friday stream में there was a point and I go back and watch that stream so many times just to understand what I've just done. And I remember there was this statement where I said something about you, Ash bhai, and I said ki the whole point of my why of starting this was to put the city perspective into the map in Indian scene, because I thought
Yep.
ki Pranay bhai was there, but Pranay bhai was, I mean, he was not putting matlab maybe he was putting, but I just
Yeah.
really wanted to be in the space and I wanted to say what my version is of what I think of
Yes,
Man
yes,
City.
yes.
Why when people
I'm a fan
when
version.
people see a Man City fan and they just think that ye to glory hunter, I wanted to tell them I
Yeah.
started following City before the glory came, and one thing I remember I said Ash bhai ko jab Ash bhai and we were talking about the greater Manchester's development, and Ash bhai
Yes,
was so
we talked about
eloquent
this.
in describing as to what exactly went behind the scene before this beautiful empire was built. And I just said that one thing to Ash bhai, जब तक आप हो ना, मुझ जैसे लोगों की जरूरत नहीं है सिटी का पर्सपेक्टिव देने के लिए, and that is why we all love Ash bhai so much, because one,
अरे
he
अरे, thank you so
understands
much
the
bhai.
tribalism but he always respects everybody's opinion, and that is why everybody wants to come and join Ash bhai. That has been the distinctive feature in terms of Ash bhai and any other creator for me. That is just what I would say.
अरे अरे, टॉप वर्ड्स भाई. नहीं नहीं नहीं, of course, and obviously Lala is spamming in the chat here because Piyush deserves everything bhai. And yeah, Manveer का comment है, Ash bhai, thank you so much for everything you do for us. You could not have done all these arrangements and streams, but you're so dedicated to your subscribers. Yeah, see, I'm
Beautiful,
nothing,
beautiful.
Manveer. No, Manveer, I'm nothing without my subscribers. I'm telling you that, right? I'm nothing without my subscribers, and I also feel कि दूसरे perspective, hearing them out is always necessary. You sometimes don't have to agree with them, but sometimes hearing with them gives you a perspective कि एक सेक्शन ऑफ फैन बेस भी क्या सोचता है, क्या फीलिंग्स है टुवर्ड्स द क्लब, व्हाट आर द डिमांड्स दैट द फैंस वांट फ्रॉम द क्लब. एंड कभी कभी नैरेटिव्स ब्रेक करने में भी चीजें हेल्प हो जाती है. एज बाय टॉप 4 गारंटीड, एंड ऑब्वियसली लाला, आई वुड गिव फैंटास्टिक क्रेडिट टू लाला एज वेल, समटाइम्स एज वेल. समटाइम्स का बहुत क्रेडिट दूंगा बिकॉज ही इज ऑल्सो यूनाइटिंग द कम्युनिटी अ लॉट. भाई मैं आई कैन नॉट स्पीक enough about Lala as how humble, even such a being a huge creator in the scene, I can vouch for that. He's been so humble as well to invite a lot of creators, giving a lot of creators the voice as well. This is what this community is doing right now, and this needs to happen. Good football discourse needs to happen. And we are loving this. And right, यहाँ पे आरुष बोल रहे हैं कि that's why we love Ash भाई. Thank you so much भाई, thank you so much. अरे भाई, we all love you भाई. I remember everyone that comes on the chat. GGMU बोल रहे हैं, let's go. पीयूष भाई OP, Ash भाई OP, let's go भाई, let's go. United win the Premier League. UD, I swear भाई.
UD भाई थोड़ा
UD,
इमोशनल
I
हो जाते
swear.
हैं.
No, I love UD भाई. Let's go, let's do this भाई. यहाँ पे थोड़ा chat लेते हैं पीयूष, and we'll take some
Yeah.
opinions, and then quickly 5-10 minutes में we'll close the
Yeah,
chat.
yeah, Ash bhai, yeah. Please.
एक क्वेश्चन है राइट नाउ, लाइक एक मैं यहाँ देने वाला था, एंड दिस इज अ क्वेश्चन फॉर द चैट, राइट? This is a question for the chat as well, and for you, for me. Name one player at
Yeah.
each club that if they get a long term injury, ये टाइमर कहाँ से आ गया बैनर में आजकल? This is a new update. Name one player at each club where if they get a long term injury, the title dream is finished, or let's say the season is finished.
So I'll quickly
First thing
take
to you, you take. Yes.
three teams. I'll name three players in terms of whom I think the title is ended if these guys get injured. Starting from top of the table, Arsenal. I think it's Declan Rice. Any injury to Declan Rice and Arsenal are finished for me. I don't think they can compete without Rice against this particular City team. With respect to City, I think it has to be Erling Haaland because of the volume of goals that he's scoring. So even in games where we have not been good, let's say for example Palace and let's say even Fulham for that matter. I think Fulham ke against he scored brace, Palace ke against he scored a brace. So these goals do count for us. It's simple.
Right.
It's Haaland. If Haaland is done, we are done. And for Villa, I think it's. I think there are two players, and you can pick anybody, Ashbay, and you
Yes.
can disagree as
Yes.
well. It's either Kamara or Onana. either one of them. So
हाँ यार,
yes,
they're like
Rodgers is doing
fulcrum
really
of that
well.
team.
Yeah, but these two, any of one of them, if gets injured, I think they don't also have suitable replacements there, and they're going to struggle.
Hate watch तो होगा केवी. I remember that super chat. I love you केवी, but hate watch होगा. But you know you got saved because United उसी टाइम पे खेल रही है. You say got saved केवी. United को उसी टाइम मैच है भाई. But love you KV भाई, love KV भाई. KV brings a bring. And you know rightly pointed out Piyush, because अगर Kamara missing हो गया ना, they're done, you know. And you know, as much as John McGinn and Morgan Rogers have been stealing the limelight, you know, Onana and Kamara have been the two players that have been stalwarts for Aston Villa, even in the Champions League. You remember the PSG wala game, they were top
Yeah,
tier
yeah.
भाई Onana. So I think rightly pointed. यहाँ पे chat बोल रहे कि Arsenal के लिए Zubimendi, absolutely agree. Zubimendi निकला, your, you know how the tempo of Arsenal happens, it's they're done after that, right? I absolutely agree. यहाँ बोल रहे हेट वॉच कौन से मैच का, ये एस्टन विला आर्सेनल होने वाला था, बट उस दिन यूनाइटेड का भी है तो मैं यूनाइटेड का वॉच लूंगा. चेल्सी के लिए काइसेडो बोल रहे, डू यू अग्री पीयूष? चेल्सी के लिए काइसेडो, आई एब्सोल्युटली अग्री, इट्स
I
काइसेडो.
agree, bhai. I think Caicedo for me, Arush bhai, he has been the best midfielder for me this season in terms of what he is doing for that Chelsea team. People don't want to talk about him because Chelsea themselves are not being, let's say, being very consistent. But this guy has been consistent for 1.5 years. आप उसको
Right.
हटा दो, मतलब the amount of work that he does, both defensively as well as going forward, is immense, bhai. And their investment into him has now turned out to be really good. Yeah.
राइट. यहाँ पे क्रिस्टल पैलेस के लिए वॉटन बोल रहे हैं, आई काइंड ऑफ सी कि मुनियोज जब से वो गया इंजरी पे ना, यू सी क्रिस्टल पैलेस उनकी अटैकिंग इंटेंसिटी कम हो गई है,
Yeah.
डिफेंसिवली दे आर स्ट्रगलिंग एज वेल. आई वुड से इट्स मुनियोज. वॉटन इज स्टिल प्लेइंग एंड दे स्टिल स्ट्रगलिंग. यूनाइटेड के लिए बोल रहे
Wharton
हैं
got
न्यूकासल
injured in between, Arush bhai. If you
बिटवीन.
remember, Wharton got injured in between, and they still were winning those games. So, as I'm
या
not saying Wharton is very essential to them, but they were still winning
राइट.
them. For me, it is what Ash bhai is saying. It's either Munoz or Sar, because on that right side, both Munoz and Sars connect so well. And they are the one who are enabling Mateta to score those goals. तो अगर उन दोनों में से
यस
कोई
यस
एक भी मिसिंग होता है, आप देखो Mateta का आउटपुट गिर जाता है.
यस भाई. वी आर जस्ट 3 more subs away from 1500 guys, so please
Let's
आप लोग
go.
अगर नए हो
Let's
चैनल
go.
पे,
Let's
आप लोग
go.
अगर नए हो चैनल पे, तो
कर दो
3
यार,
more
कर दो.
subs to go for 1500. Let's
Come
do
on,
this
come on.
because
What a
भाई
moment that it has to be today. It has to be today because I
है ना,
think
मजा आ
I
जाएगा
want to
भाई.
be part of this moment. I was there when Ash bhai hit 1K. I was there in the chats and I mentioned it कि Ash bhai 1K and I am here for 15. तो भाई please यार, come on, जल्दी से जल्दी कर दो. अगर
Let's
आप
do
लोगों ने
this भाई.
नहीं किया है तो
Yes. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe to my
please,
channel and
please,
also please
please,
subscribe to Piyush channel as well, and
please.
also to IndieCop as well. आप लोग नए हो तो नितिका भी थी स्ट्रीम पे, we had a fantastic discussion. यूडी भी था चैनल पे, यूडी also crossed 1K. Loving what's happening in the YouTube space right now. यहाँ पे क्वेश्चन है to you Piyush. I think it's a great question. Will
Yeah.
Is Pep gonna play Rodri and Nico Gonzalez together in the upcoming fixtures when Rodri is fully fit? Yeah, you will see
I don't
Rodri
know.
and Reinders.
This one question is something Ash by I don't have an answer to because I don't know exactly what is
बड़ी कसाईनुमा
how do
क्वेश्चन है
you play them both? Yeah, how do you you either sacrifice a player like Reinders who already is struggling to make a definite 11 in my opinion, because I think
Right.
Pep wants to play Cherky and Bernardo and then there is no space for Reinders. So let's just see अगर वो उसको खिलाता भी है then does he
Right.
changes his formation? I don't know because he has never played with two DMs. जब फर्नांडिनो टॉप लेवल पे था, रॉड्री वाज कमिंग अप, तब भी फर्नांडिनो अकेले खेलता था. when Fernandinho went to the fag end of his career and Rodri became a thing, Fernandinho kept on sitting on the bench. So I don't know if it is he's going to do it or not. I wish he could do it. I want to see them play together because that is only going to add a lot more stability in Man City's, like, let's say, defensive line. But then it somehow sacrifices a bit of creativity, which I personally don't like. I really want that free flowing Man City. But a
Fair.
very good question, which I don't have an
बढ़िया
answer to.
क्वेश्चन. किसी के पास क्वेश्चन नहीं है because and I feel Piyush sometimes it's a good problem to have in a team. You know, लाइक तुम्हारे पास इतनी प्लेथोरा ऑफ ऑप्शंस हैं टू गो फॉर इट. यहाँ पे चार्ल्स बोल रहे कांट से दैट ऐश भाई TP5 वाज 8 आउट ऑफ 10 टेम्प कंट्रोलर आल्सो एज गुड एज Zubimendi. Zubimendi passes the eye test because of Spanish aura. Charles, I would say कि Zubimendi ना, and this is my observation, and मैंने जब वीडियो भी बनाई थी Zubimendi की, he does not keep the ball more than a second or half, even lesser than that. He just lets it go, and that keeps the team going. और वो स्पेन के लिए भी वही काम करता है. It is different than Thomas Partey. Thomas Partey used to dribble past a bit more because of his physicality. That helped. But with Zubimendi, he's the perfect example of a press resistant CDM. That's what I would say definitely. But भाई two more exactly. पीयूष को भी सब्सक्राइब करिए प्लीज. पीयूष तुम्हारे कितने सब्सक्राइबर्स हुए यार? If people please.
I don't know आज भाई, मतलब no, I cannot see it right now,
कोई
but
बात
जितने
नहीं.
भी हुए आज भाई, I mean it's okay. I mean आपने shout out दे
Absolutely.
दिया. I know people here who are very appreciative. They would have subscribed it by now. If they
Absolutely.
haven't, please do
Absolutely.
it. But prior to
करेंगे.
me subscribing, if you haven't checked out Ash भाई, please go. I really want to witness 1500 right now, because that would be a very big moment for me as well to be here and witnessing this thing.
Absolutely. अरे thank you so much भाई. Two more to go for 1500. Let's do this. 1499 हो गया. One more to go for 1500. Please आप लोग चैट
चलो
में
come
अगर
on
आप
do it
1500
guys,
कर
do it,
देंगे, it will be fantastic.
do it.
यहाँ पे Bernardo is going to bench. He literally does nothing. Do you agree with this? I don't think so. Bernardo is crucial to the build-up play, right?
Yeah, please don't say that, Prabhat bhai. If you are City fan, that I don't believe any City fan would agree with this statement. I think he's the soul of Man City bhai. He the way that player is ना, अगर मैं आपको उसके बारे में छोटी सी बात बोलूँ ना, I think he's Pep in the field. जो Pep Guardiola off field है, वो Pep Guardiola inside the ground वो है. He understands the game. His intelligence is by next level. आप देखना, उसको exactly पता होता है when City are losing momentum, he'll get that
Right.
technical foul somewhere. He knows
Correct.
when to stop. He knows which is the weak link in Man City, be it right back or left back. He'll rotate to that particular place. He's the most selfless player in the Pep Guardiola era. There hasn't been anybody like Bernardo. He is deservedly the captain, and he's the soul of Man City. And his work rate,
Absolutely.
please, yeah, don't say that. He still covers the most number of grounds. He's ahead of
है
Nico
ना?
Gonzalez in certain matches as well.
Yes,
He's
exactly,
the soul of
exactly.
Man City.
एग्जैक्टली यहाँ युग आ चुके हैं चैट पे, बोल रही आफ्टर सो टाइम. नहीं भाई, मैं आई कम बैक, आई डिड अ कम बैक, और 2-3 स्ट्रीम्स हो चुके हैं. वॉच अलोंग भी हुआ है, एपिक वॉच अलोंग हुआ उस दिन. करना चाहिए. आप प्लीज ज्वाइन करिए. हाउ विल यू बेंच निको बिकॉज इज सो सॉलिड दिस सीजन?
I know nobody, but we have to. Matlab, if Rodri comes, we have to make space for Rodri as well. Maybe he'll rotate.
Right.
But yeah, how do you not play Rodri when Rodri is fit? That is also one question that Pep needs to answer.
Absolutely. One more subscriber to go for 1500 guys. आप लोग प्लीज अगर नहीं किए हो तो प्लीज सब्सक्राइब
Come
करो.
on,
One
यार,
more.
come on. Do
One
it
more
भाई,
भाई, ठीक है.
अगर किसी ने नहीं किया है तो.
मिस्टिक का एक क्वेश्चन है भाई. 86 people watching right now, please like the stream if you have not. Fantastic stream, मजा आ गया. Seriously, I love the stream भाई. मेरे को खुद I'm so involved in the stream. Question for you, Piyush. Do you think Man City has outgrown Rodri? I mean, can they work with him as a backup player? Like, and I
No.
know where Mystic is coming from. The amount of injuries that Rodri is having. Does Man City ever take a call, that, Rodri, fantastic player, legend for the club, thanks for the memories, but, we have to move on someday?
No, Ash bhai, I don't think so. That is the case. But thoda sa the context and perspective is really important, Ash bhai. I mean, prior to him getting injured, this guy had played 120 something games, and he was not rested. And that is only City, I am telling you. Uske baad he went on to play for that Spanish Euro team, where he
Right.
played almost every game. He came back, and there was an inherent expectation from him as well, because by that time everybody had known that this is the guy, and he got injured. Yes, हो गया Ash bhai.
1502. Let's go
Come
bhai.
on,
Let's go bhai.
yeah,
Let's go bhai.
Beautiful,
Thank you so much.
beautiful.
1500
What a
subscribers.
moment.
Let's do this. मेरा
What a
टारगेट
moment.
है विद द नेक्स्ट 7 days. मेरा था भाई एंड ऑफ द ईयर 2K करने का, बट बीच में आई हैड टू टेक अ ब्रेक बिकॉज ऑफ पर्सनल रीजंस. बट आई एम बैक भाई. आई एम बैक एंड हाउ वी गोना डू दिस भाई.
Yeah.
थैंक यू सो मच. कांग्रेट्स डैम. थैंक यू सो मच. 1500 कर चुके हैं हम लोग. क्विकली यस, कांग्रेचुलेशंस बोल रहे हैं यहाँ पे मिस्टिक. थैंक यू सो मच. लेट्स गो. आरुष बोल रहे हैं कि यस, फ्राइडे नाइट, Saturday night, we are doing the next stream on the watch along. Next 2 days, I'll take some break take some spend some time on with family as well, because Christmas का time है, छुट्टियां भी है
Yeah.
office की. So absolutely congratulations 1500. Thank you KV, love you man. Man United Arsenal, we did that top watch along, वो मजा आ गया था. Really यहाँ पे चिरंजीव बोल रहे हैं is Pep the reason? And 5 minutes to go. Chat आप अपना questions post कर दीजिए. The best questions me and Piyush will take, and then we'll close the stream, है ना? Is Pep the reason why City has one of the best academy in England? Because he did the same in Barcelona using La Masia really well.
I
Great
think
question.
it's a matlab it, you have to give a lot of credit to Pep Guardiola, but Ash bhai can explain it better than me, because he is the real student of the game. तो आप देखोगे Pep the whole setup was always like what they wanted for Barcelona. तो La Masia से ही inspiration लिया था उन्होंने, and that is
Yeah,
why they brought in
they did.
Ferran Serrano, they brought in Chigi Baristan, and they brought in one more person from Barcelona's academy, and they set up like that. तो उन्होंने Pep आने के पहले से ही हमेशा ये दिमाग में concept बनाया था कि they always wanted to be the next Barcelona in terms of how to develop the players. उसके बाद
Right.
once these people came in board, they started recruiting coaches from Barcelona, जो बार्सिलोना की ला
They did.
मसिया में
They did.
they were junior staff, उनको लेके आए. तो they somehow पूरी तरह से उन्होंने कल्चर ही वहां से आउटसोर्स कर लिया इनिशियली, एंड देन व्हाट हैपेंड वाज सिटी स्टार्टेड विनिंग गेम्स. जब हम टाइटल जीतने लग जाते हैं, देयर आर लॉट ऑफ प्लेयर्स हु सी यू देन. सो आई
Yes.
रिमेंबर द फर्स्ट टाइटल दैट वी won, Phil Foden was sitting just there. He
Ball
was the
boy.
ball boy. एक बहुत फेमस फोटो है उसकी.
Yes.
And
There
it
is.
was it is that those kind of moments you need. Every club needs that kind of moments to get inspired, and I think that was one moment which might have inspired a lot of people in Man City academy. Then
Right.
people like Foden, Sancho, Brahim Diaz, Palmer, Olise, and so many others who have come through the ranks would have come. And what Phil Foden and Cole Palmer particularly have done for their respective
Right.
clubs is a testament to the trust that these guys have given to those academy players. तो
Yes.
एक चीज जो सिटी की डिफरेंट है बाकी किसी क्लब से आश भाई, दैट इज कि everybody buys into the idea which Pep has. तो अगर Pep senior team को खिला रहा है ना inverted way में, तो women's team will also play like that, the junior team will also
यही
play like that, and
तो
that is why the transition is so beautiful.
Great point, Piyush. And exactly this is, as a United fan, na, and United fans in the chat would understand this. And Rashford, maybe you agree with him or not, he had rightly pointed out, remember from that interview, what's the principle that the club is going to play for? Like, आप एक manager को लेके आते हो which is going to play 3-4-2-1, 3-4-3, but the principles of the club still lie in the back four, in a 4-4-2, in a winger that keeps on darting down, crossing. Academy and that youth stage से ही अगर वो trickle होके that top to bottom approach अगर नहीं कर रही है club, this is where there becomes a massive disconnect between what your rebuild is going through versus what your academy is doing. And a lot of people say that Man United academy is not great. No, I disagree. Man United academy is very, very good. It's how Man United are not able to send these players out on the right clubs for loan. हम हमेशा if you remember the Van Hal days, वो Borthwick Jackson इस सबको, Rashford was one of the few anomalies कि वो निकल के बहुत अच्छे आए, लेकिन बाकी were thrown out into the main team with such huge pressure too soon. I mean,
Yeah.
look at Kobe Manu
Yeah.
right now. Kobe Manu
Yeah.
is so great. He had a fantastic 1.5 years, but then when injury came on and when एक नए manager में settle नहीं हो पा रहा है, his performances have dropped as well. I always said we had to keep on growing our players. हम चीडो ओबी वगैरह को ग्रो करना है तो चैंपियनशिप पे भेज के उनको करें. तो this is the structure, and rightly pointed out Piyush. City's academy has been top tier. You mentioned the name of the players. That all these players are playing for big clubs, by the way, having fantastic valuations, right?
Yeah.
Liverpool पे Frimpong खेल रही है, Olise Bayern पे, Brahim Diaz Real Madrid. Look at the names they're playing for.
Cole
Right? Cole
Palmer.
Palmer Chelsea, staggering भाई. ठीक है? तो people need to understand that. बढ़िया point भाई. Top भाई. I love whenever get someone from Newcastle. Dan Ashworth was an imposter. Okay. यहाँ ये बोल रहे हैं कि Ash भाई and Piyush भाई, I know you would not be accepting mood for David Ornstein Pep future talks right now, but do you think City Football Group will be ripped post Pep? My opinion, I don't think so. I'll tell you why. the foundations of the club on how the and abhi वही बात कर रहे थे, right, how the academy structure is going on, the players that they have recruited right now. I think these players that Man City have are players that can fit into any system. You know, you can mold them, because these players, what Pep has coached them to do, and Piyush, you let me know, I think what Pep has done and coached them to do is do the basics of the game right. When you do that, you can mold into any system that you can play. Do you agree that ki post
Agreed,
Pep
agreed.
still will be fine?
Agreed. And I mean, Ashbhai, one thing that I would agree with Charles by is that anybody who comes just after Pep Guardiola, he would have a very difficult job, because the
Right.
expectation would be such, which are very unfair in my personal opinion, because you have to understand, and we'll only realize, us Man City fans and any other fan would only realize after 10 years what Pep has done to this team. He's a
Right.
legendary manager. Abhi, we can't have that foresight, but I understand City's domination would trickle down a bit. But
Right.
I kind of think they understand what had happened to United. They understand what had happened to various other clubs. They are not going to do let City go down that path. And for few reasons, I think this is not going to happen. One, they're financially very secure. This particular club, they know they have the money, they
Yeah.
know they have the resources, and their academy, as you pointed out, bhai, is really good. So the
Yeah.
worst would come कि यार हम 5 साल 4 साल शायद प्रीमियर लीग ना जीते, बट
Yeah.
ऐसा नहीं हो सकता कि we are not going to attract big talents, or we are not going to make, maybe we,
Yeah.
we might turn out to be some other form of club which occasionally wins some or the other thing, but will
Yes.
still be relevant. That I can
Absolutely.
assure you of.
Absolutely.
We won't
Absolutely.
fade away.
Absolutely. Chalo, we'll have to close the stream. It's already been 2 hours 15 minutes. You know, Piyush, what we'll do is, let's do a deep dive on City soon. Right from this
Sure.
inception. Verdict episode 3. Chal, I'll do it with you. Okay? The
Okay.
verdict episode 3, Man City edition, will happen with you. We're gonna do a deep dive on Man City ki bhai kahan se they have come into this situation. I think पता है बहुत लोग ये करते नहीं है, need to do like these kind of streams more key. Where do these clubs come from, what's their foundation, and where they actually land up, even mistakes se lekar good things.
Yeah.
So we'll do that. Why we'll do that, but definitely by chat, please like the stream, please subscribe to Ashtalks Football if you have not. And we crossed a milestone in this stream, 1500 subscribers. Thank you so much. And subscribe to Wise and Otherwise. Piyush, top stream, love the stream. This is what we love, the community. मैं डिनर करने के बाद I'll be on ध्रुव के चैनल पे, we are doing a Christmas stream. I'll be there. So आप लोग प्लीज ध्रुव के चैनल पे भी जाइएगा, उनको सब्सक्राइब करिए. 51 people watching right now, please उनके भी numbers बढ़ाइए. And see you everyone on the next stream. Thank you everyone for joining. Bye.
Goodbye, chat.